Go. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another stream. We have returned with another weekly stream, as you guys can tell. Hope everyone is doing well. It's a great time to be an anime fan. There's a lot of good things out that, if you guys ask, we will discuss. You know, the JJK anime dropping this week, Bleach dropping today. I've watched both episodes; they're very, very good. The manga of Minato coming out soon. It's been a very good month for anime. But yeah, we have a lot of good questions that were pre-asked before the live stream. So if you guys want your questions asked before the stream, we do look into them and actually get in depth as far as answers are concerned. So if you would like that, you can comment it down here, or you could feel free to join one of our discords and ask us there. It's another way to get in-depth questions from us, or of course you could just join live and ask here. It's no biggie whatsoever. But we're gonna get straight into it while you guys ask questions. And before we begin, make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. It gets us up in the algorithm. It's greatly appreciated as well. But let's get straight into it. Before that, though, let me let the people know we are live, and we shall begin. Just let the people know on our Discord real quick.
Yes, sir. Let's get it, man.
But yeah, and there's a UFC card. Yeah, UFC card tonight for you combat sports fans, as you probably all know. It's going to be a good one as well. Volkanovski.
Great month for UFC in general.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a really good month. Good news, John Jones is fighting Stipe in November. Finally got news on that as well. So I'm very excited for that as well. It's going to be a barn burner, hopefully, if Stipe is not too down the hill as far as, you know, his age, hopefully.
Yeah, it gives him a lot of time to hopefully get in adequate shape to face off John Jones in the first place. But
and the last time he fought was against Francis when he got knocked out brutally.
Knocked the fuck out.
Badly.
Yeah.
So yeah, he needed some time. That's a bad knockout.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That man's a beast, bro.
Oh yeah, he's a monster.
He's getting a little old though, unfortunately. You know, I wish he was more in his prime and then face off John Jones. At that stage in his career, but it'll be a good fight nonetheless. And if John wins, he's pretty much cemented as the greatest.
Oh yeah, greatest of all time. He's implying that he's retiring. He's implied a couple times he's gonna retire. I don't blame him, to be honest.
Yeah, what's next to climb?
It's nothing. You know? Yeah, there's no one worth beating now. But getting straight to questions, folks. Super chats and members only questions take priority. What's going on, Josh? What's going on, Jem? We'll answer questions here. We'll answer your questions in the chat. And again, if you're a super chat or you're a member, we answer right away. But first question, pretty interesting. Do you still believe that Tendo Pain can defeat 5 Kage Summit Sasuke? So my take on this is, at full power, Tendo Pain is the clear, most obvious, powerful path of pain. Empirically, it's quite obvious. Hence, it is more than likely that his power is comparable considerably to Nagato himself, obviously as far as his own abilities are concerned. So as we know, Prime Nagato is even above KCM1 Naruto, who is certainly above 5 Kage Summit Sasuke, with Killer Bee being relative to the 4th Red Kage to some arbitrary extent. And we saw how that went. So Killer Bee is relative to the 4th Red Kage, who had some competition with 5 Kage Summit Sasuke. Nagato is even above that, right? So that's just another chain of scaling to reinforce the premise that Nagato, and hence the Tendo path, more than likely is above 5 Kage Summit Sasuke. Hence, in the event Tendo were to engage in combat with this version of Sasuke, Tendo would more likely overwhelm Sasuke with his speed, his hacks, and pure power, again, if we presuppose that he's even relative to Prime Nagato. So that would be my take on that. That's why he would probably beat him.
Yeah, so I agree completely. Tendo is the strongest path of pain, whether it be narratively implied or just feats alone. There's the fact of the matter that even gray-haired Nagato, who would be relative to the sick pain that we saw throughout the main series, was able to even react to V2B as well.
Exactly.
And instantly absorb all his chakra. So even sick and weathered, he's able to react to opponents that are just faster than 5 Kage Summit at that certain point in the series. And so because of that, he can just absorb his chakra, and he can just, like, you know, push him at whim because he doesn't have the Yadami or some weapon to repel him or detect or help him not get blown away, essentially. So he just has all the tools in his arsenal to dispose of Sasuke, unfortunately. And
empirically, it's much easier to come to that conclusion than arguing for Sasuke. What's going on, YCA Prodigy as well? Thanks for coming in, brother. Josh asked, Peon versus the 5 Kage. I don't know who Peon
is.
Pain, probably mean Pain. Yeah, that's probably mean. I watched a really bad video downplaying Gaara and the Red Kage. They both said they would lose right off the bat. Pain, the 6 paths of Pain, if they're near the full power, yeah, he would beat all of them. I do see him coming out on top. Would it be effortless? I wouldn't say effortless, but I do see him coming out on top. His hacks, he could theoretically just Chibaku Tensei the whole summit and kill everyone that way if he wanted to. Yeah, he will win very, very decisively, but would he absolutely annihilate the Raikage and Gaara? No. I wouldn't go far as to say that. Gaara's sand would be problematic. The Raikage's speed probably would be somewhat of a challenge. But then again, we see where Nagato scales, so that speed still wouldn't suffice in overtaking full power pain. So,
Noki Ampinen would help.
Yeah, that could possibly be a...
Blade pain in that regard. I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Path, levitation.
There's so many hacks. Yeah,
there's so many hacks.
So many hacks, and on top of that, his speed plus his hacks. I mean, I don't see them coming out of that one alive. So,
yeah.
Continuing on, let's go on Phantom. If 5 Kage-sama and Sasuke fought against Killer Bee for their first fight, how will that fight go down? If it was 5 Kage-sama and Sasuke, he'd have a much better chance. He's stronger. He is. There's this implication that he's constantly gaining more and more power due to his hate increasing, sort of a hate amp, which Karin implies as well. If it was this Sasuke against Killer Bee, I think he would hang with even up to V1. I think once you get to V2, he might have some trouble. That's relative to the Raikage, probably V2. He might even possibly beat him. There's a possibility he could. He would hang much better. I'll say that. He's not going to get schooled and dealt with the way he did when he was in Taka. So as far as him winning, there's a chance. I'd still lean towards Killer Bee more than likely because he's implied to be around KCM1. I'd probably still lean towards him winning in the end, but Sasuke would give him a run for his money this time. I'll say that. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think the speed is definitely just relative to the Raikage at the very least in KCM1 Naruto, who's just a tier above in speed than Kage-sama and Sasuke. But his detriment was really going into the 8 Tails mode when he fought up against Taka. Just being such a big target for the Almaterasa was kind of like a downfall for him. So going to V2, just being maximum in terms of speed and tangible assets, I think he has the adequate arsenal to take on Sasuke. And Genjutsu wouldn't matter, obviously.
Yep, exactly.
As we saw.
Sasuke, there's nothing to imply that Sasuke has that like next tier Genjutsu that not even Jinchurikis could handle. That's something Itachi possessed, but there's nothing to imply Sasuke has anything like that. He has Genjutsu, but I don't think he has Genjutsu to where even Jinchurikis can't break out. I doubt that. There's nothing empirically has ever shown. Would KCM Naruto defeat Pain easily? KCM Naruto depends on the KCM exactly. KCM 1 probably wouldn't beat the 6 passive Pain at their strongest. Would he beat the passive Pain that Chaotic Shin or Tensei the Leaf? Maybe, because he's weaker. A few of the paths were destroyed. Maybe he's significantly fatigued. He can take him on then, but I don't see him beating full power 6 passive Pain. I would say they're relative to Nagato, so I doubt that.
If he uses the Chaotic Shin or Tensei afterwards, and then he faces him, I could see him beat
him.
Yeah,
after that, I could see that there's an arbitrary depletion of power at that point. I mean, even Seijun Naruto's swapping hands with Tenda at that point, so maybe then. But if it's full power, I doubt it. I mean,
I doubt it as well.
I doubt that. Yeah. So, Datara could beat Gaara, then Pain is going to spank him. Yeah, pretty much. If it's one-on-one, especially, he's going to destroy him. And Tsunade was already helpless against Pain and the Leaf. Yeah, pretty much helpless. The next question, though, feel free to keep asking questions, folks. Super chats again take priority, or if you're a member, take priority. Thanks to all the members once again. Next question was, how would the world of Naruto be different if Madara had Obito take the mantle of changing the world in his place instead of having a plan to revive him? So it's actually a good question. This is what I would say. The war, the 4th Great Shinobi War to be exact, wouldn't have reached the climax that we saw in the original storyline. Madara was clearly illustrated to be the final boss, the big bad boss, so to speak. And we saw that with the discrepancy in success between Obito and Madara. A good example is Obito became Jubito, had some success, and then Madara became Jubidara and had much more success. It wasn't up until 6 past Naruto and Sasuke appeared to where they had any remote chance of beating this guy. That just illuminates further that Madara was a superior antagonist. Hence, the war probably would have ended more quickly. It probably would have ended after Jubito got Talk no Jutsu, because without Madara, there is no big bad boss to face anymore. They simply would have won the war. And there's even a possibility that it could have ended sooner, because as most remember, the 10 Tails had to be sort of tamed by Madara and Obito collectively, because it was a hard beast to tame. This wasn't Kurama or Eight Tails. This was a Ten Tails who was implied to be much stronger. So without Madara next to him, I doubt he could have even tamed the Ten Tails to do his bidding. So it might have even ended even quicker. The Ten Tails could have just slaughtered everyone because no one can control them. So it just would have been a less climactic, suspenseful war that would have ended quicker without Madara. So that's what I would say about that.
Yeah, I just feel like Obito, just narratively, was just susceptible towards like mental turmoil. He was just more susceptible towards being talked out of his like convictions and like his purpose, quote unquote, if you will. And it led him to just being talked no jutsu, like Jay was saying, and led to him not being the ironclad ruler that Madara had to be in order for the war to go in his favor in the first place.
Yeah, so exactly.
Madara was a significant tool in his vision going to what it was. Obito was just a tool. You know, he could be disposed at whatever time Madara wanted to, and things would be just fine. So
essentially,
Obito would probably just be talked into being a good person, and then there would be no war. There would be no Jubito.
Exactly.
It'd be over.
Exactly. Not only the difference in power, the discrepancy, but also the discrepancy in mental toughness. Obito never had that. He always had his doubts. Madara stood by his convictions until his death. I mean, he's not going to change. So, $2 from Kedrick. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Sir Jeets, Sir Goats in here. Like the stream. Yeah, like the stream, guys. Shout out to Sir Geets for reminding everyone. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
He asked, how strong is Pain compared to War Arc characters? Pain, he's relative to Prime Nagato, and Kabuto stated that Nagato is the strongest, besides Madara, is the second strongest Edo in the war. So that should give you some illustration. You could argue Itachi is right there because of the altercation they had, but essentially he's top 2, top 3. Even the 6 Paths of Pain would still be in that tier of power. They're arbitrarily times weaker, you can argue, but they're very relative to Prime Nagato. We're talking about like a top 2, top 3 guy. The only guys that could probably beat him would be arguably Itachi and obviously Madara. That's it. He's right up there with Nagato.
Sage Kabuto.
Sage Kabuto. Yeah, he's up there. Like he's right below the very, very top of the key before 6 Paths, like Hashirama and Madara. He's below that, and then below that you have guys like Obito, Itachi, Pain, Nagato. If you want to talk about him, KCM, Naruto, Minato. Yeah, like right below that. So he's up there. He slaughters most of the people in the war. Say that. But yeah, thanks for the $2 though, Kedrick. But yeah, I feel if Obito didn't have the plan to bring Madara back the whole time, then he probably would have gone harder to make himself the prime ruler. That was never his intention. His intention was to enact upon his nihilistic view of the world. That was never even Madara's intention. He never wanted to be a prime ruler. They wanted to end the cycle of hatred. That was their main objective. Clearly they had harsh means of doing so. They were willing to slaughter tens of thousands of Shinobi Alliance members to do so, but the end goal was to enact Project Infinite Tsukuyomi and the end of the cycle of hatred. But Obito just lacked the mental toughness. Naruto was a parallel of what he would have become if he never would have went rogue, and if that boulder never would have smashed half his body, he would have become Naruto, Hokage, and he saw himself in Naruto, and that's why his doubts started to creep in. And that would have just happened. Without Madara, there is no voice of reason, I guess you could say, for the antagonist side, because Madara's not there, and simply put, Naruto would talk him down, or the Ten Tails would go crazy, or he would just get talked no jutsu'd anyway when he's Jubito, if he was even able to get that far, so Madara.
And Madara saw Sasuke and saw a little bit of himself in Sasuke, but as opposed to this, shaking his resolve and going the way that others saw fit, for the sake of Sasuke and others in his lifetime, essentially, he was very devout in his ideology. He spared Sasuke because, he thought he maybe had the promise or prospect of being someone like him, but as soon as he realized that wasn't a reality, he's like, whatever, right? Let's just go end this cycle of hate, essentially, with what I know is best.
Yeah.
And he did whatever it took to enact upon these desires. But Obito, he shook almost at the first sight of seeing Kakashi and Naruto, and it really wasn't as big of a fire in his soul to commit all these acts that Madara was doing.
Exactly.
He's shaky at best from the very, very beginning.
Exactly. He still had those emotional attachments, those bonds, and conversely, Madara severed those bonds. I mean, he was willing to kill Hashirama. He failed, but he was willing to kill even his best friend to implement his plan. Obito never had that in him. He never had that in him. He never had that resolve that Madara did, and that's why Madara looked at him as just a disposable placeholder tool, and that's what he was. He said, "Fuck it, I don't give a fuck about you now. Now I'm the Cherokee. Whether you die or not is trivial to me." So Madara was certainly a totalitarian, heavily ironclad mind, was willing to die for his cause, and he did that. Exactly that. Several, arguably twice. First against Ashirama. Well, he faked his death. And then, later on, when he gets revived, he's willing to die again. That's how ironclad of a mind the man had. Obito never had that.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Obito never had that.
He had that tag on his heart the whole time. He's like, I dare you to do something.
Exactly.
Yeah. He had him under control the whole time.
Yeah. He was the real big boss, even though he was dead for how long? However how long he was dead. He was the guy. Even pulling the strings while dead, because he had Obito's mind under his control, even after he was gone. So... until obviously the doubt came in. Could Pain be any variations of Madara?Maybe Kid Madara? Maybe Kid Madara.
Yeah.
Oh shit! $10 from Sir Goats. Appreciate that, brother.
Oh yeah, brother.
We gotta put that on this. We gotta put those bigger donations on the screen. Appreciate that, brother. We'll answer your question quickly.
Sir W, man.
Sir W. Sir Goats. Put this on the screen real quick, folks. Give me a second here. Appreciate it, Sir Goats. Second.
Yeah, other than that, the Madara's pretty. Maybe Warning States.
Madara, yeah, he's not that developed yet. Like before EMS, maybe. Even
other than that, yeah.
Past EMS, nah, he's not beating it.
No.
Yeah, there's no chance.
Definitely not.
At that point, he's Hashirama level with Sage Mode. Nah, it's not gonna happen.
And Hashirama could have beaten Madara at that point in time too.
Yeah, exactly.
Arguably.
Yeah,
if he can beat his unit. I don't see why not. So
yeah. So those are the only possible chances he'd have. After that, I mean, he doesn't have a single shot. Give me a second, folks. Put it on the screen. So he asked, let me make it bigger real quick. War Arc, one Rinnegan Kakashi versus ending a Shippuden Sasuke. War Arc, one Rinnegan Kakashi. The thing is, there'd be no rational way to even argue that he could handle one Rinnegan. Even Obito had trouble with one. But let's presuppose that he can. He would be... I don't think he'd even be as strong as White Mask Obito. But he'd be pretty powerful. Would he be enough to be ending of Shippuden Sasuke? No. Unless it's 6 past chakra within him, maybe then. If it's not 6 past powers, he has no shot at defeating Sasuke. Now, if he has 6 past powers and has a Rinnegan and a Sharingan, and he's even remotely similar to how he was as DMS, then there's a good chance he could blitz Sasuke, based off what we see empirically. I mean, he blitzed an exponentially times stronger Kaguya. It wouldn't be a problem probably to blitz Sasuke at that point. So
good rational deduction. Yeah.
Yeah. So it really depends on how powerful you scale that specific iteration of Kakashi. Yeah. So.
If we were to presuppose that the Rinnegan wouldn't tax him too much on his chakra, and the Rinnegan is obviously like a 6 pass token, if you will, so it would inherently give Kakashi 6 pass chakra, I would think, at least.
Yeah.
In some regard, if it was given to him. So, in that case, I think he would just amplify his abilities exponentially, like we saw with DMS Kakashi. So
exactly. Yeah.
He would just probably take the cake. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be badass, though. And he probably would have some unique ability, too, that we don't know.
Yeah, with the Rinnegan, who knows? You'd have, like, some weird, like, shuriken jutsu like he did with the DMS. That'd be crazy to see. Let's see. Yeah, Kid Madara. Yeah, exactly. It's only, like, versions he'd have a chance against. Now, Obito got his sensei and Kushina killed, so I think he had some resolve. Not necessarily. On the second he saw Naruto, he was already having doubts. His resolve... He had resolve. He didn't have resolve like Madara did.
It was shaky, though.
Yeah.
Very shaky. Yeah.
He wasn't strong. He didn't have strong conviction like Madara. So that's why Madara used him as a placeholder. You know. Is Tendo Pain's Rinnegan the weakest Rinnegan? Comparing him to the others...
Well, it's technically Madara's Rinnegan.
Yeah, it's technically Madara's. I would argue Madara using the Rennegans could do more than Pain could. Is it the weakest? I guess so. If you think about all the others, there's Sasuke with his Rene Sharingan, clearly he's stronger. Madara with his Rinnegan, clearly he's stronger. Obito, White Mask. There's an argument there that maybe he's not as strong. Well, he's faster than Pain, I'd say, but more brute power. I don't know. He can only handle one on top of that.
Yeah, it's hard to say because, like, in terms of being the best practitioner, he definitely like lacks in like impressive feats.
Yeah,
There's nothing really unique to his Rinnegan abilities besides like the standard six path of pain abilities. But
exactly.
yeah, I would say he's probably the worst user out of all of them that we see
Yeah,
because everyone has something else to add to their arsenal, whereas Pain just has that, which everybody else already has. So
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Oh, $2 from Kendrick again. Appreciate that, brother. He said, Team Kornai versus Team Asuma without Sensei. Alright, so it certainly depends on which iteration of these teams. So let's go to
Team
part
Part
1. Maybe like tuning exams are on there. Team Kornai has Hinata, Kiba, Shino. Team Asuma has Shikocho, right? So as far as who would win between those two, that's a tough one. The most problematic would be like a Red Pill Choji or something like that. Shino is a problem with his bugs. I mean, they can even absorb chakra.
Hinata is pretty good when she gets amped up too.
Yeah, if she's amped, that'd be a problem for Team.
Quite impressive.
I might lean towards Team Asuma. They have Shikamaru. They have Choji, who can take the pills if all else fails.
And mind transfer.
And mind transfer from Ino. I mean, if they take out Shino, I think Team Kornai's finished, and maybe Ino could use the mind transfer jutsu, dispose of Shino. After that, I don't see only Kiba and Hinata getting past those three. I doubt it.
Yeah, they just cover all the bases. It's like mid, long range, everything.
They're a better team. Tactical. Yeah.
I'd say very well orchestrated. So
very well orchestrated. They come from
dynamics.
And they literally come from a lineage of legendary teams. I mean, the Ino Shikocho is generations. So I think
12.
Yeah, so I think Team Asuma will probably come out on top there. So yeah, that's all I'd say about that. It's a good question though.
It is a good question, absolutely.
Yeah. What did you guys say about 5 Kage-sama Sasuke versus Tendo Pain? So basically what we said, to reiterate, is that when scaling, Tendo Pain being the strongest passive pain, you can make a safe conclusion that he's at least arbitrarily relative to Prime Nagato. Prime Nagato is above Killer Bee and KCM and Naruto, and Killer Bee is relative, both KCM and Killer Bee. KCM, Naruto, and Killer Bee are relative to the Raikage, who had some competition with 5 Kage-sama Sasuke, so Prime Nagato would defeat him. Tendo Pain would defeat him because he's relative to Prime Nagato, more than likely.
Yeah. I think he was in V1. I always I need to rewatch that, but I think he was at V1 when he fought Sasuke. And old Nagato too was able to react to V2.
Exactly.
V, so whether it's sick or Prime, he could take on Sasuke.
Exactly. There's a much better premise for empirical backed up premise for Tendo Pain. There's probably some argument for Sasuke, but I would say it's the weaker one. 5 Kage-sama Sasuke maybe not a demigod level guy, but he can really destroy Konoha by himself. He can just jump on top of stone faces and circle. Yeah, he would, if he went to Konoha, he'd have a lot of success. He probably would. If it's just Sage Mode Naruto who would miss inferiority and he's at full power, I don't really see who would stop him besides like a hypothetical 8 Gates Might guy at that point.
Yeah, Tsunade's not doing anything.
Yeah, no, too slow. Kakashi's getting beaten. Naruto's getting beaten. My guy would probably have to go 8 Gates, to be honest.
Yeah, so that's your only savior right there.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, Danzo was killed by him too, and he's pretty powerful himself. I mean, yeah.
Danzo would just help Alice with destruction, probably.
Literally, yeah. What kind of real world problems are in Naruto? Real world problems? Well, it's hard to equivalate our own world to their world because their morals or traditions, their very nature of their world is different. The shinobi world is a world of violence.
Very idealistic.
Yeah, idealistic is a world of violence. We don't have that in a first world country. So if we had to equivalate that to ourselves, clearly there'd be a war problem. There'd be a child exploitation problem. I mean, literally children at 10 years old fighting for their lives in June exams, especially like the Mist Village. God damn, it's a fucking shithole. People are killing each other as kids. So there'd be a child exploitation. Yeah, there'd be a huge war problem, a huge humanitarian problem. If this with the real world, and in the real world, first world countries would shut that shit down quick. The U.S. and the big boys would be like, nah, this is not ethical. The United Nations would chime in and everything. It'd be a shithole.
Yeah, there's certainly diplomatic issues that derivate between like the leader, if you will, and like the leaders. There's social dynamics that can be correlated with ours as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a few examples that they hit the nail, if you will.
Yeah.
between two verses. But like Jay's saying, they're completely different by nature, so it's hard to find a plethora of examples.
Yeah, it's hard to find a plethora of examples. It's just two different universes, two different realities. So, but there's certainly real world problems you could find: child exploitation, and the lack of remorse for death and things like that. So those are probably the biggest ones. Wait, so you guys don't think? What was that? I just was reading something. I lost it.
Don't think Obito had the nerve to kill Kakashi?
Obito had the nerve to kill Kakashi. I mean, in the fight against Kakashi, he was holding back to get the seal hit by Kakashi's Chidori. I don't think he was trying to kill Kakashi at all, to be honest.
And they were playing genjutsu games.
Yeah, they're playing games.
Nature, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see what else have we missed.
He wasn't bloodthirsty.
Yeah. Someone asked if Naruto was 100% Uzumaki, but kept all of his inherited things from Minato. Otherwise, he would literally just be a better version of himself. And his Minato clan isn't really good. Well, there isn't much on the Minato clan, on the Uzumaki, on the Namikaze clan.
Namikaze.
Yeah, but they're known for their Funjutsu. So if he had Minato's skills, he'd probably be a very good sealer as well. And they'll clearly the Flying Raijin as well.
Yeah, Uzumakis are just beasts of nature because they're literal chakra reservoir.
Yeah, chakra reservoir. The fact that he's Kurama's host, that really helps too. Naruto specifically.
Minato is a beast in terms of chakra too. I mean, the fact that he can seal Kurama while extremely fatigued is quite impressive. So
yeah, exactly.
Adding that blood with the Uzumaki, it's not a bad choice in my opinion. So
exactly,
and it opens up the doors to the potential abilities he can utilize as well, having a cross genetic code within him.
Yeah, he has more latent potential thanks to the genes that he's predisposed to have. So, how powerful would Boruto and Teen Gohan fusion be? Oh damn! It depends on the fusion. If it's like the fusion dance or the Potara earrings, we're talking about a very, very powerful individual. Teen Gohan, so maybe like Cell fight Gohan and Boruto. They'd probably school Cell, super perfect Cell, if they fused. Teen Gohan defeated Cell, arguably, but if he had a fusion with Boruto, he'd be even stronger, and perfect Cell would have a very tough time. Probably get beat even worse. Yeah.
I don't think it'd be that massive of an amplification because Super Saiyan 2 Gohan compared to Boruto is pretty
yeah, it's a gigantic discrepancy in power. Yeah, it's huge.
But it would help nonetheless, and I'm sure he would easily defeat Cell, like you're saying. So
yeah.
And they have cool abilities too.
The hacks, that'd be sick. Yeah, you'd have the hacks. You'd have chakra and ki somehow fused. That'd be crazy.
That'd be lit.
Heavy Sasuke versus Taka Sasuke pre-5 Kage Summit, the one that won against Killer Bee. I personally think Heavy takes this. Me and Shinobi have discussed this many times. Heavy Sasuke probably beats that that Sasuke. Here's why: 1, he admits he's still damaged from the Itachi fight. 2, I think Sogetsu implies he's just not as capable as he was when he's Heavy Sasuke. So yeah, it's implied that he's inferior. So yeah, he would beat that Sasuke, that specific one that fought Killer Bee. He's weakened.
Yeah, loses mobility, loses chakra, regeneration, arsenal abilities, things of that nature.
The curse mark, given the amp. So, yeah, it's
flying. He loses a lot.
Taka Sasuke, all he would have is Amaterasu. That's it. Nothing else. He's inferior in all their aspects. So,
which he doesn't even know how to use.
Yeah, it's like
he had to get saved twice before that even happened.
Yeah, and he kind of just experimented the ability on Killer Bee due to desperation. He doesn't even know how to use it. So
and Koratsuchi too. He's just I can tame these.
Exactly.
So yeah.
The cycle of hatred is definitely a real thing, of course. Oh yeah, I mean, there's war to this day. There's war right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Vanishing Kama Rasengan. Oh, that'd be dope. A vanishing Kamehameha. Jesus.
That'd be fucking broken, bro.
Yeah, imagine that.
Kind of like the instant transmission with Kamehameha.
Yeah, literally.
Like Loki. Yeah, that was kind of neat in my opinion when he did it against Cell.
That was dope as hell. Yeah, the only thing you could argue is that Sasuke would go blind before he kills everybody since he doesn't have EMS yet. Oh, if he's in Konoha? Yeah, if he uses enough chakra, there's a possibility he could go blind. Vanishing Kamehameha sounds cool. Yeah, it does. The more I think about it, the Shinobi world is dark as hell. I mean, it's a war-torn world. I mean, from the very conceivement of the Shinobi world, all of the people of that world have ever known is war, violence, and the constant improvement in combat to avoid getting slaughtered. That's basically the Shinobi world. It is somewhat of a dark place. You know, it really
Yeah.
is. You know?
It's cool though because like they don't have like a draft system per se. I feel like there's like
Yeah.
families or clans that just have like this noble reputation. So like it's kind of like they're honored to raise generational talents, if you will. Whereas in our world, like the drafting system has been mandated sometimes, and
Exactly.
it's different in that nature. But yeah, nonetheless, war exists, and it's probably a perpetual cycle that we won't see the end of. For
With imperfection comes duality of love and hate. I mean, when you're imperfect, you're bound to feel both those feelings. One of those feelings, and hate leads to bad things. Love, ironically, leads to bad things because you're protecting the ones you love, and because of that, you have to be violent. There's a preponderance for violence, and because of that, there is a inevitable cycle of love and hate, of war and peace, and it's since the beginning of humanity, it's been that way. You know, now it's just more sophisticated. Now it's more diplomatic war, if so to speak. China, Russia, the United States. They're hesitant to go to actual war because of nuclear threats, which would obviously destroy the entire planet. I mean, it's comical to try to go nuclear. So the best they could do is have wars in other ways. Cyber war, I'd say. China's very smart with that. I'm not going to get into politics, but China, the CCP is very intelligent. Russia, the United States. There's always war all around us, even if it's not as physical as it once was. So
that's a scary thing too, right?
Yeah, it's very scary. Yeah.
The more we evolve as a society, I feel like the more quote unquote acts of war will have to be clandestine in nature, essentially, because even the whole thought of war can ignite a riot, if you will, amongst public folks. So
exactly,
you have to be kind of like incognito and do things like cyber warfare or something like that to really attack a system from within. And so there's always a potential for threat, but yeah, nowadays things are kept under wraps for a good reason, unfortunately, but they keep existing nonetheless. So
exactly,
it's just an unfortunate circumstance that we live in.
But yeah, it's come down to the point where the superpowers of the world know that nuclear bombs will be a deterrent to nuclear war, but that doesn't stop them from enacting other kinds of war. I think cyber warfare is probably the most common. China with, not to get political, but China with TikTok, it's just spyware. Literally, it's spyware from the CCP. The United States with their, social. This is the type of war they're fighting now. It's different. It's not, shooting each other or spearing each other like it was thousands of years ago. Yeah, mustard gas in World War I, World War II. It's not like that anymore. Now it's more cyber and subtle. So, some guy was arguing that since Naruto isn't a full Uzumaki, he doesn't get any of the chakra reserve from it. You agree? No, I don't. I mean, he's literally stated that. At all. He literally stated that his chakra reserves are ridiculous, even without Kurama.
Baby Naruto was able to have 50% of Kurama inside of him.
Literally, as a fucking infant. So,
I think he's got a lot of chakra. Honestly.
Yeah, he has a ton, man. I mean, Uzumakis are genetically predisposed, regardless of whether they're half or not. Is a cycle of hatred a real-world problem in Naruto? Yeah, a real-world problem. Like it's for both ours and in Naruto, it's certainly a problem. Yeah,
certainly. Yeah.
What would be a good way to make ninjutsu relevant in Boruto, such as self-amplifying jutsu like Bolo release? That's a tough one.
Good question.
It's really hard to make it relevant again because of the absorption. It seems every Otsutsuki and Cyborg is just predisposed to have absorption ability, and it negates the importance of ninjutsu. To introduce it, there'd have to be like this revolutionary ninjutsu that cannot be absorbed. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe Boruto comes up with this amazing ability that cannot be absorbed, and at that point it's anyone's game. Maybe Kishimoto will implement something like that, but that's the only way I could see. With absorption, it's just...
The importance of ninjutsu is kind of going to be renditions with shinjutsu.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Giving it like a tier up above what we are accustomed to, essentially. So
exactly,
that's not something that a plethora of shinobi have access to.
Yeah, it's a very, very select few.
Relevant? Like, to some, but like to most, not really.
Yeah, to most, it seems like that's ancient. That's past thinking is the past. But yeah, shinjutsu, that being introduced, there's certainly a possibility that this jutsu will be so grandiose that it can't be absorbed. I mean, we saw what Momoshiki was saying, or I think Amado was saying about Shibai. I mean, these shinjutsu have the ability to affect on a global scale. I mean, we saw Ida, who has a fraction of it, do what she did. That makes it relevant. It's a global scale like that. I mean, you're going to be relevant. It's inevitable. It's undeniable.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, how about if Teen Gohan and Boruto fused with Momo chakra stacked on top of it? I mean, yeah, it'd be even more powerful. Most definitely aids Boruto greatly. He saved his life on more than one occasion. Yeah, Teen Gohan would just more thoroughly destroy Cell. I still don't think it'd be Boo level, honestly. Boo is very, very fucking powerful. But Cell would not be a problem at that point.
Yeah, it's hard to say how strong he would be, but yeah, at the very least, you can say that Cell would be an easy adversary to defeat. But in terms of afterwards, like, I don't see him beating Boo, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Amplification.
That's a large discrepancy, like ridiculously huge. Large. Yeah, these guys are yelling and shaking galaxies at a whim. So this guy's something else, man. Can anyone outside of aliens, Jubi Jinchuriki, or Rayshon users survive Datara's nanobombs?
Maybe Hashirama.
Maybe, yeah, his regeneration is extreme. Maybe someone like that.
Kurama.
Yeah. Besides that, I don't think so. I mean, they literally go into your bloodstream and destroy you from the inside out. So it negates durability. Like Kakashi said, you can't make your organs more durable.
Organs. Yeah.
So I don't think so, man. Yeah. I mean, if you don't have the eye to see them, you're not a Jinchuriki, or you're not a lightning user like the Raikage, I don't see you surviving that. Unless you're faster than Datara, you just blitz him before you can do it. Maybe then.
Yeah, that would work too. Yeah.
Or you could seal him quickly.
Or just know about his abilities prior and
yeah.
Try not to breathe while you blitz him or something. Yeah.
Exactly. It's going to be very difficult to deal with that if you don't have one of those prerequisites. Yeah. Sasuke fingered himself with a Chidori to survive that. Yeah, but when the nanobombs, yeah. As long as there's any other Sharingan, so I could see it. As long as there's love in this world, there'll also be hate. Someone will take advantage of that hatred. Yep, exactly. Minato did say that. He's very, very correct about that. Hopefully, time skip Boruto will be darker than part 1. I agree. I want it to be dark. I want to see.
I do too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I definitely want to be introduced to it. I want to be involved. I want to be appealed to emotionally. I want the stakes to be high. Just like when Naruto was fighting, Madara, or when he was fighting fucking Pain. We need that again. That's what we need. And I want to see Boruto. I want to see him suffer. I want to see him go through trials and tribulations to build his character. And I think this is a perfect opportunity for that. Him being a global terrorist. Oh shit, 2 donations. We got one from Kedrick. Appreciate that. And we got one from Josh as well. Appreciate that, man. Got to put the big ones on the screen. So give me a second. We'll answer both quickly.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate that, man. Both of y'all. Appreciate that.
Make sure to like if you haven't already. Be much appreciated.
Yeah, make sure to hit the... Where is it at? Like button if you haven't already, guys. It's greatly appreciated. Appreciate all the support. They put this on the screen. Gotta give credit where credit's due. Give me a second, folks. Appreciate yours as well, Kedrick. Appreciate that. Give me a second here. Where is it at? Wait, it's the wrong one. There it is. Answer these first because I did donate. So let's go to Kedrick's first. I think he donated first. How were you guys introduced to Naruto? So, for me, I've been watching Naruto since I was a child. I just never thought more of it than an anime. But as I got older and realized how great anime truly is, besides the aesthetics, that's when I really, really got into Naruto more so and really started to analyze it. I think when I was around 17, 18, a couple of years ago, I really started delving into it. I discovered Swag. I discovered Seth the Pedo. That's when I started getting into it. It's been about 4 or 5 years. But yeah, I was just introduced to it, kind of reintroduced to it because I watched it as a child, but I really started getting into it around like 17 or 18. That's when it caught my eye. So
yeah, I don't know. I was like definitely a teenager, probably like 14 or something. I used to watch it after like on Toonami actually.
Literally,
I watched Naruto and DBZ at the same time.
Oh, dude, DBZ and Bleach. Yeah, the very first. Spoiled. Yeah, I was spoiled too. The very first anime was actually Dragon Ball. I actually have a Dragon Ball knowledge too. We gotta do content on that eventually, but Dragon Ball was the very first. I was like a little kid, like damn near toddler, watching Dragon Ball.
Toonami was sick back in the day, bro.
That ass.
Like, honestly,
every Saturday morning. Yeah.
I definitely like enjoyed it a lot, but in terms of like power scaling and stuff, it's only been like really like a couple of years.
Yeah, power scaling. Yeah, same here.
Honestly,
that really wasn't a point of like
great.
Point of emphasis for me.
It's cool to find other things to like reignite that like passion you already had. So
power scaling does that very well. So, all right, Josh said, The whole problem with Boruto is absorption and making the Sasuke clan the main enemy. It should have been more about how the Leaf could keep peace a thing after the war. It's not a threat anymore. Yeah, the Sasuke are so capable that many of the aspects we have come to know and revere are simply no longer relevant. They're trivial. With ninjutsu being at the top of that list, it's unfortunate. I mean, we see people like Naruto and Sasuke getting their ass whooped because they're getting their shit absorbed. Like when they fought Jigen. Jigen could just absorb Amaterasu. He could just do whatever he wants. And because of that, it takes away from the significance of the work that these two put in, right? So, thankfully, Kishimoto still gave credit where credit's due and gave Naruto, the mode that he has. What's it called again? I forgot on top of my head.
Baryon?
Baryon, yeah, there you go. Baryon mode. And that kind of reignited the importance in chakra and hard work and earning it the organic way. So I'm glad Kishimoto did that with the Baryon mode. But again, we're in the same spot. Ninjutsu is useless. You can have Ida literally brainwash the entire world at a whim. So
yeah, and just have cybernetic eyeballs that just negate Kenjutsu outright.
Yep.
Outright, I mean. But
exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I think that what made Madara such a great antagonist was all this like back lore and like build up that we had since like the very beginning. He's always been someone that like had this like mysterious aspect to him, and it caught our like anticipation for the whole story essentially when he did arrive.
Yeah.
But with the Otsutskis, it was like Kaguya was very like impromptu, just put at the very end of the story, and we're all supposed to believe that these very powerful entities do exist, and they're whipping people like Naruto and Sasuke with ease.
Exactly.
And Jigen, not even Ishiki, Jigen's doing this.
Yep.
So it kind of like just ruins all that we like grew to like understand and learn about the power scaling system, and it kind of ruins the progression that was built for so long.
Yeah, it sort of undermines Naruto and Sasuke's journey. Essentially, it's like, wow, they did they worked for decades to become the top shinobi on the planet, and now these fucking gods come down and just are all this power is useless.
Whipping them,
whipping their ass. Yeah, in conjunction, you can beat the shit out of them both. So
it's not even Ishiki. It's just Jigen's easily doing it.
It's like a broken vessel beat their ass. That's crazy. So. Yeah,
Ida and Damon, it's just like, bro.
It's kids. Kids are like more powerful than anyone on the planet, apparently.
And they're just built. It's like that doesn't excite me.
Yeah, at all.
There's no tuning, there's no hyperbolic time chamber.
Nothing. It's just like a forced antagonist upon us. It's like I don't give a shit about this kid and Ida. I don't. So, Jay, which characters do you think the third rate Kage is beating? Oh, he's beating a lot of people. The majority of the shinobi world. Once you get to upper tiers, I'd say the fourth will probably beat him. I'd say once you get that tier and above, I think he loses to most people. Madara, obviously, Hashirama, EMS Sasuke, Itachi, KCM1, plus Naruto.
Stalemate A-Tail several times.
Yeah, so he's up there. He's really, really up there. He beats the majority of people you can think of. You'd have to start thinking about the higher tier individuals for him to lose to.
Yeah, you need someone with adequate AP to bypass his durability, or just have someone who's like really good at sealing or something like that as like a hack to like negate that outright. But if you don't have that in your tool set, then you're at a huge disadvantage.
Most guys can't even hurt him. I mean, the majority of people can't even hurt the guy, let alone beat him. So
exactly.
He's literally a demigod to the majority of the Naruto world. I mean, he's fucking unstoppable. He's a freak of nature.
What we did with that Rasen Shuriken was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even the Rasen Shuriken didn't work. That's how fucking powerful he is, man.
And it's a KCM1 clone, too. So,
literally.
The guy's a beast, man.
Yeah, the guy's a beast. I mean, he's a tank, man. You need to have considerable AP and speed to even hurt him. So, episode 3, a stack of pancakes came in and helped Super Saiyan 3. Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about last time. 3 bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches, which is 6 passive combination of pieces sliced, and the pancakes has a Vastor Lord form. Vastor Lord form, huh? Yeah, Vastor Lord form is lit.
Let me read this again.
Yo, what's up, people? What's going on now? Thanks for coming in.
Vastor Lord pancakes, huh?
Shit, man. Hopefully, Bleach, we see some cool forms. That's what I'm waiting for, the new Bleach.
Yeah,
by the way, folks,
news on
by the way, we have seen I've seen the new episode of Bleach and JJK, so if you want to ask about that, feel free. Both goated episodes.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Pretty amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Shibai resembles a dark Naruto version of Buddha, With his reincarnation in state of higher godly mind, I don't really see anyone in Boruto becoming that formidable without great sacrifice. Yeah, he's kind of like a concept. It's kind of like Hagoromo was for the majority of Naruto. That's how I kind of see him. A guy that sort of transcends everything we've come to know. And this guy, he fits that bill. He fits that mold. I think he's going to be a conceptual entity, kind of like Hagoromo. I'd be surprised if he comes down and starts fucking fighting Boruto or something. I doubt that. He seems like a concept of great power, kind of like Hagoromo. So that's the way I see him. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that, though.
I think Hagoromo is a great reference. Like, I think he can like tangibly interact with like the Naruto verse or Boruto now, I suppose. But
exactly,
I don't think he has enough interaction to just like destroy it. At whim if he wanted to. But,
exactly.
Yeah, conceptually he seems to be held in high regard. So,
yeah. And even beyond 3-dimensional, apparently. So you're the best channel on YouTube. Appreciate that, Josh. Thanks for that, and thanks for the donation once again.
That's a W right there.
W moment. I was introduced to Naruto when it was on Adult Swim. Adult Swim had this. They had the bangers on there, man.
It's so good.
Yeah. I used to mistake Naruto for Yasha. Oh, I remember that show used to be on there too.
Yeah, I didn't watch it back then. I never got into it.
I never got into it either. My cousin's really into it, but I just never got into it.
Yeah. I was watching Bleach. I was like,
deadass. Yeah, Bleach, Dragon Ball, Naruto Shippuden. Yeah, literally. Also, on the topic of chakra, how is it even stored? Well, it's implied to be a network. It's kind of similar to your muscular network in the real world. It seems to replenish due to recovery. But it can also be exhausted, just like a muscle can. That's why I kind of look at it. And chakra can vary greatly from individual to individual. We see someone like Isame with tail beast levels, and then we see someone like Sekitashi who can't do much because of his illness. So it seems to work very similar to how muscles work. You could exhaust the chakra, you could replenish the chakra. You can more optimally use a chakra just like a muscle if you work on your chakra control. So it's very similar to like the muscle system, I'd say.
I feel like it's like synonymous to the circulatory system with our bloodstream essentially.
Exactly.
The more that you train, whether physically or mentally, the more that the quote unquote bloodstream increases in volume essentially, and it just keeps circulating throughout your vessel. So.
It's kind of like Naruto's a good example. He had so much chakra, yet he didn't have control over it for a long time, specifically Kurama as well. And now that he has really mastered his own body, he's at his best, he was arguably the strongest shinobi on the planet. So it's really how it works. Really is like a muscle or like the circulatory system for sure. Like RRL, every energy has an amount and a way to reproduce and contain it. How is chakra even stored in shinobi's body? It's a sort of hypothetical network that obviously humans don't have.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a network and it seems to work similar to like the circulatory system. It seems to work very similar to that. So
it's weird though because like the tailed beasts are just like a ball of chakra.
Yeah,
it's just kind of stored inside themselves.
They're like literal energy. That's all they are. Yeah. It is.
Yeah, so it can get kind of tricky when you're trying to equate it to like our circulatory system.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? When you're talking about tailed beasts, it's like they're just pure energy, basically. So
it's a good question. I like that.
That's a good question. That's only really explored in like the Chunin exams when they're talking about chakra and the gates. It's not really that explored after that. You don't really hear about it like that. Kishimoto touched upon it early on in the narrative. After that, he's like, "All right, I've explained enough. Let's just get to
you guys get it.
You guys get it. Let's get to the fighting." Basically, his take on that. Hypothetical DMS Warwick Obito, no six-pass chakra versus a live Hashirama. Oof. DMS Obito with no six-pass chakra. Okay. Well, is he Hashirama level? I don't know about that. Even then.
Even double speed calmly, I don't think. Is
without six pass.
Enough.
I don't see him blitzing a live Hashirama in Sage mode. I just don't see that.
It's like saying DMS Obito could beat Madara.
Exactly.
You'd have a hard time. Well, see, does he have a really cool Susanoo with like inherited abilities as well? Like that's never really explored.
That's never really explored either. Yeah.
With DMS, he potentially could, but that's hypothetical.
Yeah, empirically or rationally, I should say, I would deduce Hashirama still beats him.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think he's above that level. That's like the top of the key non-six-pass character right there, Hashirama. So, what about Tobirama? if you're talking about the same scenario, Tobirama is weaker than Hashirama, but I don't know. It's hard to quantify DMS Obito's speed without Six Pass. That's what it all comes down to. You'd have to make a conclusion on that.
He is KCM1 speed at the very least.
Yeah, at least KCM1.
So, and with DMS Kamui, doubling the speed he already had, I can see him beating Togurama.
Yeah, if he's inferior to even Minato and stuff, yeah, he probably loses to that Obito. There's enough rationally to conclude that. So, the third Hokage definitely beats the majority of the Akatsuki. The only ones that can't are the top 3 of the group. Maybe not Kisame either. Yeah, he doesn't beat any of the top 3. Kisame, I mean, he was even able to beat V2. Yeah, he'd have a tough time against Kisame as well. Even Sasori would give him a tough time, to be honest. Poison. Then again,
durability though.
Yeah, the durability would be trouble.
Iron Sand could potentially, but that's just potentially.
Yeah, like would these like needles these poison needles be able to even penetrate him? I don't know, man. He's durable as fuck. So Rasen Shuriken didn't do shit to him, so I don't think a metal needle would do anything to him. Yeah,
nature weakness too. So it's like
yeah, he probably does.
Lightning's stronger than Earth, anyways.
Yeah, he probably does beat Sasori. He's just too tanky for him. Maybe the poison, if he inhales it.
Sure,
poison gas could get him the win, but he's just too slow. I don't see him being that fast.
I don't see him just standing in the gas, just chilling.
The third would blitz his ass and shatter the fucking puppet body in one shot, probably, to be honest. So
more than likely, dude. Yeah,
break him. We saw what Sakura did. Just imagine what the third would do if he punches him.
Kisame would be a good battle.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Sakura enough, and that. There goes his durability, and then
especially if he's in the water dome.
Yeah, exactly.
The water dome, he's
grayscale in the dome.
Yeah, he's fucked for sure in the dome, probably. Sashirama able to beat most versions of Sasuke. Yeah, most. Once you get to arguably end of War Arc EMS and then Six Pass, he's no longer beating those guys. But before that, he's beating everybody. 5 Kage Summit, Pebi, Taka. I mean, he's destroying those. So, how strong do y'all think Hagoromo is compared to other Atsuki? He admits he's weaker than his mother. He admitted that in the war. So he's not Kaguya level. He's not Momo level. Maybe Kinshiki level. I don't know. Kinshiki seems weaker than those two, but he's not. He's weaker than his mother. That's what he said. So we know that.
Yeah, it took him and Hamura to defeat her. So
yeah, it took him and his brother to defeat her. So he's around lower Atsuki level, if anything, like Kinshiki level, Toneri.
Definitely stronger than Ashura and Indra, but
a lot stronger than that for sure.
Other than that, he's pretty low there on the Atsuki totem pole.
That's really
a good.
That's really how high we can get him. Yeah, so Hanzo versus 8-headed serpent Orochimaru. Do you think Hanzo is still above the enhanced signing? 1-on-1, I do.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
he beat all 3 collectively. Yeah, they weren't like enhanced, but he beat all 3 of them and spared them on top of that. So yeah,
and even Seijiro Jiraiya was baffled by his defeat, which is relative to 8-headed Orochimaru.
Yeah, exactly. He just seemed
very relative.
He's just a step above those guys. Yeah, so I do see him beating that Orochimaru as well. I was thinking about the third versus Tobirama. Well, it's tough to gauge their speed, but
Tobirama probably has a good ceiling jutsu just based off his genius hood.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man.
I don't see him hurting the third. I don't know how he even hurt him.
I don't see him hurting him at the very least. Yeah, exactly.
He'd have to seal him probably. It's the only way. He's too tanky.
That's his only win con, man.
Yeah. To beat someone like the third, you have to have either the AP for it, the speed for it, or you have to have very good sealing. If you're not powerful.
Tandem paper bombs.
Maybe that could hurt him. Even then, I don't know.
I don't see his Edos being fast enough to even do that on the third Raikage though. So.
He has the first version of Edo Tensei, which is very weak ass Edos. So yeah, they're probably not doing nothing.
After Battle of Attrition, maybe long enough because we can't seal them. Yeah, Ben, but it's very specific win con for
it's a very specific win con. I would lean towards the third, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's tough to judge where he's given. He is given his scaling is only above base Sanin. Who, Hanzo? Yeah, I mean, he's certainly above Sanin for sure.
He's for Prime Chio level, of course. Near Sorcery's level.
Near
kinda,
Sorceries, yeah, kind of.
You know, and that ballpark. So
yeah, so there's just
very respected Shinobi, but
yeah,
like, yeah, there's not much on him.
Yeah, that's true. We only see him very few amount of times. So let's see, third versus War Kakashi. Kakashi could deduce the scar, but I don't. War Kakashi against the third. I don't know. I don't think so. He's struggling with Jinchuriki. They are Dojutsu amped, but third fought the Eight Tails 1-on-1. So
yeah, I don't think his lightning chain or like Raikuri is going to be like. See, I don't think the Raikuri is stronger than his one hell stab, for example, right?
Yeah,
and it took that technique to even like hurt himself essentially.
Yeah.
So
1-on-1 battle, Kamui would be the only thing.
Yeah, and I think he's pretty damn fast for Kakashi.
Yeah,
almost K-San 1 in some parts.
Yeah,
That's
so he might be fast enough to snipe him. I'd see that.
Yeah,
I don't see him beating him toe to toe though. I don't see him beating toe to toe. Yeah, he's getting his ass whooped.
Maybe Genjutsu, but
Genjutsu.
Then again, the lightning armor kind of like diffuses a bit. So.
Yeah, it's either Conway or Genjutsu. In a 1-on-1 battle, toe to toe, he's getting his ass whooped bad. So the third is one of the worst matchups, like taijutsu wise. You do not want to.
Yeah, literally.
You don't want to exchange with. Yeah, you can't exchange with that guy unless you're like Hashirama or something. So, $2 again from Kedrick. Appreciate the donations, brother.
Oh yeah, man.
Jiraiya clearly thought someone beating him was impossible, and he knows he has stage move. Yeah, exactly. Third rate Kaga versus Kurama. Kurama's implied to be stronger than the Eight Tails, and the Eight Tails stalemated the third, so probably Kurama. If he gets shot with a Bijou Bomb straight up, it's probably gonna hurt him, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't see his durability tanking that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, I doubt that.
Actually, 100% Kurama.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, no. Yeah, probably not. I would say Kurama as well. The third seems to be relative to the Eight Tails, so.
Exactly.
Not gonna lie, I think I remember Thunder God saying that Tobirama might be able to drown him with his water jutsu. Oh Jesus!
There's a third. That's hella funny.
I mean, he could try to drown him. I mean, he's fast enough to swim out, jump out. I don't know.
Or just dodge it all together.
Yeah, or just dodge the water. I don't. It's a possibility. I think it's low likelihood, low probability, but I guess that's possible.
That's funny.
Yeah, Joni Minato versus Taka Sasuke. The B fight. Oh, Joni Minato's washing him, dude.
Yeah, way too fast. Bro.
Way too fast. Yeah, I mean he's fast in the fourth at full speed. So yeah. A was in standstill with Eight Tails. So with Kurama, he's just out of luck. Yeah, exactly. Reading other questions here, we have a few other ones. Let's read Phantoms first, though. Could poisons be used to weaken, kill Otsutskis? They still have mortal bodies that can be damaged. Poisons could be relevant in Naruto since it is a show about ninjas. Poison? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, when there's 6-pass regeneration, it just seems to like for example, Madara was even able to regenerate after being cut in half, which surely affected his internal organs, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I think the best that we can get is like poison could hinder them if it's like potent enough, but like it'd have to be like some 6-pass tier poison.
Yeah, literally, because even like complete mutilation they heal from, like Madara, and he's not even full of Sasuke. He's like a poor man's version of Sasuke. He healed from his body being cut in half, so I doubt that would kill Natsuki. If anything, their body would like self-heal. Like maybe it does affect them, and their body will just heal from it. I mean, if they're able to heal from having limbs ripped apart, then I don't see any problem with them healing from poison. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're just too broken, man.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to beat them, unfortunately. But to read more questions before the stream, feel free to keep asking questions, folks. Super chats always take priority. Thanks to you guys for donating, Kedrick and Sir Goats as always, Josh as well. Appreciate it. The next question was, where was it at? Who would win a 5 Kage Battle Royale? That's a good question. So, if we're referring to the 5 Kage that fought Madara, it would come down to the fastest and most durable Hokages in the end, from my lens. So Mei would be a non-factor. She would certainly be the first to fall. Gaara competes, I would say, but he only scales as high as his father Raza, who fell to a Sannin, meaning the Reikage and Tsunade safely scale above him. So he'd most likely fall to them as well. He'd probably be the next one. Onuki would be problematic because he does have the particle style dust release. However, he's frail, he's slow, his body can't take too much punishment. So I would say he probably would lose to those guys eventually. Maybe he could hypothetically particle style Tsunade away. I think he's even too slow for that, to be honest. Tsunade's not slow. She's not Raikage fast, but she's not slow, I'd say. Probably faster than old man Onuki. So I think he would fall to those two. It would come down to Tsunade in the fourth. Essentially an unstoppable force versus an immovable object, if you're being technical. The fourth Raikage would be difficult to catch clean for Tsunade, while conversely, the Tsunade would be challenged to kill, especially if you're using her strength of 100 seal. It'd be very difficult to kill her. You'd have to behead her, essentially. Which he could maybe theoretically do with maybe the Lariat, maybe, if he has that much force.
I think so.
Yeah, I would say, if I had to deduce the ending, the Raikage does have a ton of chakra too, and obviously his overwhelming speed. I think he would just overwhelm Tsunade, eventually beat her to death. But I wouldn't blame you for arguing the other way. The Tsunade just has so much chakra stored in her seal that she beats the Raikage in a battle of attrition. It's possible, but I would lean towards the Raikage most likely winning, because she wouldn't be able to hit him for a while. So yeah,
I think the most problematic. So Mei is a non-factor. I mean, she just gets taken out first.
Yeah,
exactly. Definitely. Inoki would be he's as fast as Edo Data in the air, pretty much, and Data alive at least was on par with Gaara. So again, Gaara wouldn't be much of a factor, I think. Inoki would be a problem in the air, obviously, but then again, if he can't even hit his opponents, then it doesn't do much for him.
Yeah,
especially something like the Raikage speed.
Exactly.
On terms of just on the land, Raikage could definitely blitz any of them.
Yeah.
If he figures out that Tsunade can regenerate her limbs, for instance, he probably would be smart enough to know to try to decapitate her, like Jay was saying. So I think it does come down to just the lightning cloak's durability, being able to evade attacks, and then eventually forcing Inoki to the ground to try to end the battle, because otherwise it's just a stalemate.
Exactly.
If no one approaches anyone. So
yeah. And he wouldn't last long. He's frail, as we all know. So yeah, those two would take him out, and I'll lean towards the Raikage winning in the end. Tsunade could win, but it'd be difficult. I think it'd be difficult for her to win. First of all, she'd have to outlast him while getting her ass beat, because she's too slow to hit him. So he'd be whipping her ass, and she'd be like, all right, is he done yet? Is he done yet? And who knows? It might be too late. She might get beat to death or decapitated. So I'll lean towards the Raikage. Yeah.
I do as well.
Hanzo versus Sasori is interesting because they both use poison. Whose poison is deadlier? But Sasori probably wins. Hanzo stalemated Chiyo. Chiyo was inferior to the Kazekage, the strongest one, and Sasori's above that. So I'd say Sasori probably beats Hanzo. Yeah. I'd say he probably. Yeah,
Shiba the Mets, he's the greatest puppet master of all time. So
literally,
I agree.
Yeah, there's not much. Yeah, the poison would be interesting. There's not much empirically on either, but from what we do have, it's implied Sasori is even greater than him. So
yeah, they're both paralytic. I think Sasori was delaying the effectiveness of his poison with Kankuro, specifically to send a message to the Sand Village.
Yeah.
I think he can make it a lot more potent if he wants to.
Oh yeah, easy.
It took the best medical ninja, one of them at least, besides Tsunade, to figure out the antidote.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Sasori takes the cake in terms of effectiveness.
I agree. Sure. And on top of that, Sasori, does he really have lungs? I mean, he's a puppet. I don't know if he even has lungs to inhale poison. So
yeah, you have to hit his core.
You have to hit his. Maybe if Hanzo hits his core straight up with a needle, maybe then he's poisoned. Besides that, I don't really see how he gets poisoned anyway. So yeah, Sasori probably wins that. Do y'all think Hanzo beat the Signing in their prime with other amps at the same time and Sage mode dry? Honestly, I don't know, but we never see. Now, it's kind of implied that they're not at the full power. I'll say that they're still ninja, like Jonin, elite Jonin. They still have the Jonin attire from the war. I wouldn't say that's prime power Signing that he soloed, but yeah, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I don't think he beats.
Yeah, I think the Signing plus things that we see, 100 healings, A-head, and Sage mode, those are the Signing plus.
Yeah, exactly.
For those guys.
And I don't think Hanzo beat those guys. I doubt it.
Conjunctively? Nah, dude.
Yeah, I doubt that. Two poison resistant guys. One even has a mask, and the other just isn't human, trying to poison each other. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, what characters would benefit the most from mastering stage mode besides Naruto? Rock Lee, taijutsu expert, my guy, greatly. Sakura, she's very taijutsu. Kakashi, a lot of guys that could do well in close quarters would benefit greatly. Someone like Hedon, oh, do a stage mode, he'd be a problem with his fucking ritual. Yeah,
he'd be a problem.
Yeah, he'd be a huge problem. What else is that? The Raikage. The Raikage is having sage mode on top of their lightning release would be insane.
That was insane.
Yeah, it'd be insane. Yeah, guys like that, guys that are close quarters. Someone that really wouldn't benefit from it would be like, well, reaction time helps everyone, but maybe someone like long distance, like Datara. It would help his reaction time probably. But besides that, really wouldn't. He's not a close quarter guy.
Could you imagine Itachi with sage mode?
Oh Jesus, yeah, he'd be a fucking monster with that.
Damn.
Probably be above fucking KCM too. I don't know. He'd be really powerful though.
I hope Sarda kind of learned sage mode in this series. That'd be sick to see Uchiha do that. You know,
that'd be awesome. With her with Sakura's strength, that'd be insane.
That'd be amazing.
She'd be a monster. Let's see here. Do you think 100 healing Tsunade could survive Datara's C4? It seems to hit on a molecular level. I don't know. There might not be anything left to heal at that point.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think she can heal from her Rasen Shuriken.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see her surviving that. I don't even see her surviving the nano bombs, to be honest. You can't heal your organs, so. Tobirama versus Sage Mode Naruto. Tobirama at his best versus Sage Mode Naruto.
That's a better question.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
I was asking if Sasuke get some in Sasuke, too. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Sage Mode Naruto is inferior to 5 Kage Summon Sasuke. 5 Kage Summon Sasuke competed with the 4th. It's hard to tell. It's kind of really draw any sort of correlations between those two to come to some sort of scaling.
Yeah,
it's rough.
Because like Gin and Kin have like V2, but they're just like, you know,
they're
small fractions.
Yeah, I would maybe be respectful to Hokage and say Tobirama. He has Flying Raijin and he could seal and even Genjutsu. Maybe him. And there really isn't anything for either side though. But yeah, it's hard to conclude.
That's a tough one. I would say probably Tobirama, just narratively at least with like speed.
Yeah.
I think he has adequate speed to maybe blitz Naruto at that time.
Yeah, I agree. That's just the most the best conclusion to come to. Yeah. Let's see. War Kakashi versus 14-year-old Zetsu Obito. The one that slaughtered the platoon of Anbu. I guess War Kakashi. War Kakashi is quite the threat at that point. He was damn near KCM 1. I would say probably War Kakashi. The one that, if you're talking about the Obito that first awakened his MS, then yeah, probably War Kakashi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The one that fought Minato.
Oh, that's different.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a good fight.
I think Obito would win.
He might actually win that because he's competing with Minato at that point. So
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, the one that destroyed the platoon, that was like a rage amp, and after that he didn't even know how to control his Kamui yet. So yeah, Kakashi would probably snipe him. So I think she could if you think she can wrap herself in Katsuyu when she might survive C4. I don't know if Katsuyu would survive that, to be honest.
Well, Tsunade can only summon so much. I think it's like 5% on her own. So
yeah.
It's like, it would help, but it's not going to help that much.
Exactly.
You know?
Tobirama racism amp versus Itachi. Oh, Itachi slams him, man. No. Tobirama's inferior to that level of power. Full, I'm Itachi. Yeah.
Tobirama's like, look, we both hate the Uchiha. Join me.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey, you slaughtered them. Join me.
He's like, brother.
He's like, I only did that because I had no choice, bitch.
For real.
Do you think EMS Sasuke without 6-pass chakra with perfect Susanoo would be as strong as KCM 2 Sage Mode Naruto without 6-pass chakra? It was kind of implied that Naruto was like superior to Sasuke prior to the 6-pass chakra. He's even saying also, this is what you've become, huh? This is how powerful you've become. He's kind of like implying that he's inferior at this point. Yeah, like jealousy, some sort of envy. I would say Naruto is superior. You know, Sasuke wouldn't have the Renegon abilities. He wouldn't have the ability to, do what he did at the end of the war arc. He'd have more troubles.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the Jinchuriki's powers.
Jinchuriki's powers. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah. He wouldn't be able to do that shit. He'd probably lose. No, he'd probably lose at that point. I think Onuki is the strongest of all The only weakness for him is chakra, with him being an old man body, but I feel his abilities are the most powerful. I mean, the single most powerful ability, he does have. The particle
certainly.
style, yeah.
Kikei yeah, for sure.
It's just his old man, frail body would be the problem. He'd be slower. He just wouldn't react as quickly as Tsunade and the Raikage. But yeah, Tsunade versus Raikage is contentious to see. Oh yeah, certainly contentious.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
That's a good fight. If Shibai is being hyped up to be this fourth three-dimensional villain, then Kishimoto better make him an S-tier villain, and Code has been taking so many L's. Yeah, he has. He has taken L's. He'd do something evil in the time skip. Yeah, I'm still curious to see what he does with Shibai. Right now, he's just a concept. I don't know if I'd even consider him a villain. I know he's an Osusuki and all that, but I don't know. I don't know what his intentions are.
Anything, man.
Yeah, he's
to be
exactly. We don't know what he's going to be yet. We might be surprised, and maybe he's just a neutral force of nature. Doesn't give a shit either way. We don't know. What's next here? Yellow Mask Obito plus Kyuubi versus 5 Kage-sama and Sasuke. The one that fought Minato, that Obito probably beats Sasuke. He's just faster. Kamui.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
He's faster.
Absolutely. Plus Kurama.
Plus the Kyuubi. Yeah, no. Sasuke's gonna have a tough time against that. There's more.
Too fast, man.
Yeah, it's too fast. Yeah. It's too fast. I think Tsunade's punches would hurt the Raikage, though. It stayed Tsunade punches harder, but the Raikage's faster. Oh yeah, she definitely punches harder than the Raikage.
But she's just slower, though.
She's slower. That would be the tough part, hitting him, especially early on when he's full. If he's in V2, she's gonna have a tough time touching him. That's the problem for her. Onuki might be able to make Raikage slower, but Raikage might blitz him before he touches him. Yeah, Onuki's just not fast enough, man, to keep up.
That's a good point. Yeah, but I doubt he'd be able to activate the jutsu in time before it just fucking crushes his arm or something.
Exactly, yeah. Like, literally, the Raikage could speed blitz him and, like, crush him with his bare hands. He's so frail, you know? Like, fucking
he's
smash
very frail.
Him. Yeah, so... Yeah. Why did Goku have no problem killing Raditz, Buu, and Cell, but for some reason spares the Ginyu Force? Vegeta and Frieza, it seems like Goku's more compasses and consistent. That's a good point. Yeah, with the right motive, he's willing to kill. But you're right. He was. I think the Raditz one is easy to kind of answer, is because his son's life was on the line. He's like, fuck it. It's either him or me. So he had to do what he had to do against him. Buu, there is really no emotional appeal to Buu because he just seemed like a force of evil.
Yeah,
he wasn't really seen as like a
havoc.
Yeah, he just seemed like this maniacal force of nature that had to be put down, like a rabid dog that no longer has any emotion. That's the way Goku looked at Buu. You know, he seemed like this sort of rabid dog that had to be put down. You know, so I could see.
Frieza was the same way though. And
yeah,
I kind of understand what you're asking because it's like
I see what you're. Yeah, I do see what he's asking though, because Frieza was awful too. Maybe pride stopped him from killing Frieza because he was very prideful. You know, first time going Super Saiyan.
Well, he maybe also beat him whenever he wanted to.
Yeah, there's that too. So, he's like,
Vegeta, he respected his power. They were like good rivals, so it's like,
Vegeta
I survive. I'm not going to be threatened of the world's demise.
Exactly. And Cell, I mean, he had no choice. Cell was threatening to destroy the world. So he kind of had a sense of desperation for that.
Yeah, he literally said, "You have like 3 days, or else."
Exactly. Yeah, he had to do something. So. He had to do what it takes. But yeah, the Frieza one I understand, but I think it was his pride that didn't kill. It was why he spared him on Namek. He's like, you know what, man? You just look at you, pathetic. I don't even need to kill you now. You know, so.
Yeah, Raditz was a menace too. I mean, he had his moral compass was extremely different than Goku's. He was just
way
pure
different.
Saiyan,
yeah,
looking for power, looking for trying to be an elite warrior. Whereas Goku found peace with his existence and didn't seek to destroy other planets and things like that. Like he had a home. So,
exactly.
Even though it was his brother, though, that's kind of messed up. Definitely, but
it seemed like desperate. It was like desperate time called desperate measures. Like Gohan was there, Frieza. Yeah. I mean, not Frieza. Piccolo was there. They're all struggling, and it seems like he was gonna kill them. And he's like, "Fuck it, just do it, Piccolo." It was a desperate time for him. So, is particle style OP? What can it totally destroy? We've seen it only fail against Rinnegan, but everything else from Rock to Perfect Susanoo was just gone.
Yeah, I think anything. Man,
yeah, honestly, the Otsutsuki are such a wild card, man. I might even see them absorb that. We saw how Kinshiki absorbed Shikamaru's Shadow Possession. He just kind of swallowed it. I wouldn't be surprised if he just swallowed the particle style. Someone like Momo or something.
Let's say it hit like Kurama or like Hashirama's thousand armed Buddha statue. Like, do you think it hurt that? I think it would.
Yeah, I do think it would. The problem would he doesn't be fast enough to get it off. But yeah, I think if it hits,
of course.
yeah, I think it would. Yeah, I do
Absolutely.
Think it would. Even Hashirama's like 1,000-hand Buddha statue, I think it would hurt.
Oh, you have to balance out Inoki somehow. I mean, if you like Casey at one speed,
oh fuck! I mean, he's gonna be soloing. He's gonna be sniping everyone with that shit.
He's broken, dude.
Yeah. There's a reason why
flies.
Yeah, he could fly. There's a reason why they made him frail, man. It's the only way to make it fair. So
balance it out a little bit, dude. Yeah.
Literally. I think Goku tends to leave people alive when he realizes he's superior to his opponents. Yeah, either that or he sees some good in them, like Vegeta. That's why he kind of let Vegeta go as well. He's like, fuck it, man. I don't think he's that bad. Let him go, Krillin. So. But Frieza, yeah, he saw him as a superior. He does tend to do that. And he's just chivalrous. See, that's his style for the most part. Unless he's facing like a extremely malevolent being like Boo. He's usually chivalrous with his opponents. He doesn't
have a choice, dude.
Yeah, and he literally gave fucking Cell a senzu bean. I mean, shit. He's super chivalrous, and that could be, detrimental to his plans sometimes, and we've seen that.
That's crazy, bro. Imagine.
Exactly.
Everyone's like in gas, bro.
Yeah, literally. Doing, like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, that was wild when he did that shit. That's how you know he's too fucking. I don't know. He just had too much confidence. I mean, they won in the end, but Jesus, giving him a whole fucking sensu bean. That's insane.
Dude, and also like Trunks and Vegeta just let him like absorb another like android. That's
literally, what the fuck?
What are you guys doing, man?
This is way too much pride, man. You let Cell evolve way too much. Like literally, man. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, I know Hanzo only beat Jonin and Sani. I was asking if y'all thought Hanzo still beat all three. Oh, would he still beat all of them?
I do not think so.
Nah. Yeah, they're quite powerful now. With the 8 Hydra Snakes, Sage Mode Jiraiya, and 100 Healings. Yeah, I mean, Sage Mode Jiraiya was able to compete with some of the passive pain. I mean, to some extent, but yeah,
he did that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so and Pain slaughtered Hanzo. We didn't even see the fight; it was off panel. So yeah, I would say he probably loses to those 3 with the enhanced power. So. Mahito from JJK versus Akatsuki from Naruto. Let me see. I've heard of that name. Let me see who he is again. I'll remember when I see a picture of him. Oh, this guy. Okay, this guy. This is the guy that has the very formidable cursed spirit against the Akatsuki. The thing is, JJK just doesn't scale that high. It really doesn't. From my current knowledge, at least, he might be able to get the biggest and the baddest to like city level, maybe. Now, Gojo is like the shining star in JJK, right? Because of his infinity ability. You can put him up against many, many people from other verses, and you could argue that they can't touch him. But Mahito, against the Akatsuki, I don't see him scaling as high as these guys, being as fast as these guys. Someone like Itachi or Obito, I don't see him even touching those guys. I would lean towards the higher tier Akatsuki members beating him, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got some cool hacks abilities. Like, if he was to actually touch the Akatsuki, he could, like, mess up their souls and things of that nature. But, like, in terms of, like, speed and AP, this lacks in comparison to people in the Akatsuki. Like, especially people like Pain, Itachi, Obito, Isami even. Doesn't stand a chance.
I just think, imagine him trying to face Itachi. Itachi wouldn't even be there. He'd be like, you just got Genjutsu, dude. You thought I was in front of you, and now I'm not. It wouldn't be very...
Sent the clone.
He's way faster. He's way faster, yeah. At least from our current knowledge of JJK, so. Sasuke was on some Vegeta shit, literally clenching his fist when he saw Naruto in KCM1. When you give him Sage Mode on top of that, yeah, deadass. He was like, fuck, fuck, man. That's what, literally, like Vegeta.
He's like, again?
He's like, fuck. And then that's literally what Vegeta does when he would see him evolve. He's like, god damn it. He surpassed me. Yeah, it's literally what it was, man.
Yep, the pattern, bro. You know?
It's just that. It's like the arms race between Naruto and Sasuke. That's what it was for a long time. And then once he got KCM,
Goku goes Super Saiyan 3. He's like, bro, you held that back the whole time.
Yeah, literally. He's like, what the fuck, man? Where was that before? We're getting an ass whooped.
Literally.
Like, he's like, I was saving it, man. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was
Vegeta had a great character development in that arc. And the Buu arc is some of the best development for him.
So good.
Really good. Yeah, it was really, really good. I really liked Vegeta's development there. It was pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
Absolutely.
Kitachi, Kakashi, Minato versus all of Konoha 12. no Sasuke, and with Sasuke as another fight in the beginning of Shippuden. I mean, all of them fought Jonins and even Anbu at 8 to 12. So Kiritachi, Kakashi, and Minato, which is all of Konoha 12 in the beginning of Shippuden. If it's the Itachi and the Anbu and Kakashi and Minato, they're gonna slaughter the Konoha 12. They're getting fucked up really badly.
Well, there is 10-10.
10-10 with she might make a difference. But besides that, I mean, dude, even Kid Itachi, if it's even Anbu Itachi, I mean, he has Genjutsu already, man. Yeah, they're fucked. Like, they're fucked.
One of those guys alone could just do.
Oh shit, Minato would slit all their throats quickly. Yeah, it wouldn't be a problem.
Also, we're not including Naruto, are we? Or?
No Sasuke. Oh yeah, I think they are including Naruto. Yeah, the only thing I guess would be the Nine Tails emerging, but yeah. Minato could just seal that shit too. I don't know. Or Itachi could Genjutsu him, and not even Kurama could save him. You know.
True.
Yeah.
If it's like Casey through Sage mode, I mean.
If it's that one, no. Then those three.
Otherwise.
Yeah. Then we flip the script, and all three of those guys get slaughtered. But yeah, if it's a Konoha 12 at the beginning of Shippuden, they don't really stand a chance against those three.
Yeah. Sorry guys, 10-10 doesn't do anything.
Yeah, 10-10 is out of depth. Would domain expansions be considered hacks or not, since they can be broken into, like when Yuji broke Mahitos to help? I think it's still considered a hacks regardless. There is limitations to the expansions, but I would still consider them hacks because of what you're able to accomplish when you are able to use it. I mean, it guarantees a hit on your opponent. And then we have insane domain expansions like Gojo's, where you get an infinite amount of information inside of you until you essentially overload. So yeah, I would still consider it hacks. It's a very hacks ability. In fact, one of the most useful abilities in JJK. You know, I've heard things about Gojo versus Sukuna, amazing things about domain expansion. So
absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Not a true secret orb, you know, like
literally.
You can break it and stuff, but like it's still definitely a hacks ability because of the things you can do with it, like you're saying. So
yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Kamui Snipe versus Particle Style. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they both take accuracy. Yeah, they do. You have to.
Yeah, of course.
Especially Kamui, man. I mean, we saw how Kakashi struggled at the beginning when he missed Deidara.
Yeah, with Deidara.
So yeah, you definitely have to aim it correctly. For sure, they both take accuracy. Especially Kamui, I'd say. Especially Kamui. There's a smaller radius with the Kamui. Until Kakashi learns how to expand it, and then he's like sniping away an entire tailed beast and stuff like that. But yeah, you do got to be able to aim it correctly.
Same with Particle Style too.
Yeah,
like, it's a very rare technique to even learn in the first place, and yeah, you have to aim it obviously in order to hit the thing that you want to, like your enemy.
Exactly.
So,
I think it would be really boss if there was a natural predator of the Otsutsuki. That being the reason why they haven't have a homeworld yet. Yeah, maybe like a counterpart that actually gives the Otsutsuki a run for their money. That would be cool to see. If anything, Naruto and Sasuke were that for a while until obviously fucking Jigen came around. They were like that deterrent, but then Jigen came, and then obviously he's superior to them.
But I wish we knew, like, when did Jigen get onto Earth in the first place?
Yeah, you know? The history is kind of vague. Like, I know Kage betrayed him and snuck him or something, and then, but yeah, we really don't know when he appeared or anything like that.
Yeah, it took him that long to restore his energy. I don't know.
Yeah, he was just chilling for a long time, and then the Boruto was when he decided to make his mark, and he fucking whipped Sasuke and Naruto's ass, that's for sure. The Anbu Itachi post-Shisui death that slaughtered his clan versus Heavy Sasuke. Even then, he's pretty capable. If he's Tsukuyomi Sasuke for real, I don't know if Sasuke would be able to beat that. Heavy Sasuke is pretty formidable as well, but I mean, Itachi at that point was a threat, man. Big threat already. It's hard to quantify.
It's hard to scale him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's hard to quantify his abilities, but the fact that he does have the MS already, and the fact that he is like a natural born genius and so talented even at that young of an age, I think he just scales above Sasuke.
Yeah, and if he's even remotely similar to the one that fodderized Orochimaru, then he's gonna beat Sasuke for sure. If he's even remotely.
14 he did that.
Yeah. That was only like a year after. Yeah, he would. If he's even remotely similar in power, yeah, he's beating Sasuke. If not, he'd have to be like arbitrarily times weaker to where Sasuke is faster and stronger, and yeah, I lean towards Itachi, but it's hard to quantify. So.
Exactly, yeah. Interesting question, though.
Yeah, this is a good question. But feel free to keep asking questions, folks. We got some more questions asked beforehand. I think this is the last one. That was pre-established. During OG Naruto, Itachi and Kisame are swapped with Deidara and Sasori. How much different would the narrative be? That's a good question. So this is what I would say. I would deduce it wouldn't be too much different due to the discrepancy in power between the duo and Mo Shinobi and the Leaf. Kakashi and Guy are not anywhere near the caliber of this duo in part 1. Hence, if Naruto and Deidara, if Sasori and Deidara were to come to the Leaf like Itachi and Kisame did, they would get their way regardless. The only thing I would say is Kakashi would probably be more willing to engage with these two because Itachi's not there and there's no Tsukuyomi threat present, but he still would not be suffice in defeating these two. Guy would have to go 8 gates and kill himself to beat them, probably. So essentially, it'd either come down to them being killed by 8 gates by Guy, them beating the Konoha Jonin and taking Naruto, or there being sort of what happened with Itachi and Kisame, where they're just like, all right, let's not mess with these guys, let's just go. But nothing would really change, I'd say, besides the possibility of them actually fighting the Jonin and them winning, or Guy going 8 gates. So that's pretty much it. I don't think much would change, though.
Yeah. Harrison's not going to save the day with these two.
Yep. Yeah, no.
Kakashi isn't, like you're saying. Besides Guy sacrificing himself, maybe Naruto could defeat him if he went full Kurama mode, something like that.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Other than that, I mean, that's their only way of defeating these two. Otherwise, Deidara can easily blow up the village, and then the Sora can just do what he wants. He's
literally
above him so easily. So
literally, yeah, it wouldn't be much different. I mean, they're not, the superior duo. The Itachi and Kisame is superior, but regardless, they're still superior to those guys. So
absolutely,
yeah. It wouldn't really make a difference. They're not. No one's in that area. No protagonist is in that rare area yet. So that's why it didn't really matter anyway. Have you ever watched Hunter x Hunter? I still haven't watched it, but it's on my bucket list for sure. I've heard really good things about it. About Hunter x Hunter.
I watched it a while ago. It's probably been 3 years now, but
yeah,
it's a good show.
I heard it's a good narrative.
Solid.
It's an entertaining narrative, so yeah, I'll probably check it out. Also, why can't Naruto create true secret orbs but can manipulate them? Is it by choice or something mechanical? Imagine adult Naruto fighting with rods that you can't even block and destroy everything. It seemed like they were provided to him by Hagoromo, but in Boruto we never see them. That is true. It kind of seems like an aspect that kind of got lost in translation, to be honest. I wonder what Kishimoto would say if you asked him why. He'd probably be like, oh, I just didn't draw them. But they would be useful if you had them, for sure. I just think it's sort of a aesthetic aspect that kind of got lost in translation, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think, like you're saying, they're just given to him by Hagoromo, but once he used them up, he can't have the ability to manifest them anymore. But in Boruto, we could clearly see that he still has the 6-pack stage mode eyes and stuff of that nature.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird. Why can't he create them? But yeah, it's a weird thing. That
it's a bizarre aspect that really was never explained. Yeah. I just think it was lost in translation. You could rationally explain why. You could just say you can't, after the ones he did use, you just can't. You could make more. That's a rational explanation as well. But yeah. Let's see. If you had to choose who was the biggest prodigy in Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, who would it be and why? It's a good question. The biggest prodigy, the best, brightest. There's some good ones. Minato was a hell of a prodigy.
Besides Naruto being a child's prophecy.
Besides Naruto, Itachi was a hell of a prodigy too.
I think it'd probably be Minato for me.
Yeah.
But Itachi is right there.
Yeah, Minato just had the most accolades. Itachi's up there as well, but Minato, the things he's accomplished, being Hokage, the youngest Hokage ever, it's literally having people, other nations run on side orders for just him alone. Creating jutsu like they were Sengon, the flying Raijin, saving the Konoha from destruction with Obito and the Kyuubi. Yeah, the 4-star Naruto. Yeah, he's probably the biggest prodigy, the biggest and the brightest that we see. He's a freak of nature, man.
Itachi right there, though.
Itachi's right there. The things he's accomplished: captain at 13, slaughtering Sannin at 14. Dude, he's a monster. So, yeah. He put Izumi in such a powerful genjutsu that he made her live out her whole life. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
In the novels, he literally made her live out 80 years in a fraction of a second. That's how powerful and I would say sort of sophisticated his genjutsu was. He's able to do it that detailed, which is amazing. So if you two haven't read this manga yet, y'all should. Berserk is a very good in-depth story. I've heard of Berserk.
I've heard of it a lot, man.
Yeah.
I've heard great things. Definitely, it's on the list.
Yeah, it's on the list for sure. I heard it's really good. Very like emotionally appealing too, from what I've heard. I would say Minato, and I'm not even that big fan of Minato, but I feel like objectively he's just a natural born godsend prodigy. Yep, he is. Certainly is.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be a throw up prophecy too.
Yeah, literally. Like him, there's only very select few that Jiraiya looked at in that high regard. Him, Nagato, and Naruto. That's it.
Yeah.
Also about Tsukuyomi orbs, Minato's 3 Minato balls to stone faces. Where did they go? Did they ask Sasuke to stick the balls, or they sealed it? Where did the Tsukuyomi orbs go? It's hard to explain. Rationally, I'll conclude like maybe they just dissipated after he teleported them away. Yeah, that's the most rational thing. Yeah, I don't see where else they would go. So he probably just took them out of the equation, sent them somewhere, and they dissipated because they're not around Jubidara anymore. So yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, it's just chakra basically. So being that far away from the source, probably yeah. But yeah, folks, feel free to keep asking questions. JJK, the new episode, Bleach, fire episode.
I got a couple in my server if you want.
Yeah. Oh, you can see there. Yeah, let's go there.
One is, could Casey and Naruto use Itachi's spirit weapon?
Could Casey and Naruto use Itachi's spiritual weapon? That's interesting. It seems like spiritual weapons aren't like exclusive to Itachi. I know Orochimaru specified like, how did you find this tool? Like it was hidden somewhere. So I would imply, yeah, I don't see why not. If he's using like his QB avatar and he has the Totsuka blade with him and the Automir, I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. It seems like it was a tool that Itachi came upon and discovered. So
yeah, it's very unexplored.
Yeah, it's very unexplored.
Came across them, and the Automir too.
And the Automir.
That's just like quite a coincidence, you know. So
yeah,
maybe they're inherent abilities of the Susanoo. Maybe he's
possible. Yeah,
added in the Susanoo. We just don't know. So,
yeah, I would say it's possible because Orochimaru did say, how did you find it? Like he's implying like that was found, but then again, it's very ambiguous how those tools.
And Orochimaru has a Kusanagi blade, which is like a cousin blade, if you will, to the Totsuka blade.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like, if he can use that, then I don't see why someone else couldn't.
Yeah, so, I would deduce there's no reason why not. Yeah, so. Yeah. Can you rank the top? Sorry. It's alright. Can you rank the top 10 strongest Leaf Shinobi in their prime? For example, Demon Kakashi, Jubidara, Baryon, Naruto. Rank the top 10 ever? Oh, that's a good one. Obviously, Baryon Naruto is number 1. 10 is number 2. No, I'm just kidding. But Baryon number 1 for sure. Probably Prime Sasuke be number 2 in his prime.
Yeah. And then
DMS. Then who else is out there? I guess Jubidara.
Yeah.
Then 8 Gates Might Guy.
Exactly. Then
Jubito. How many is that? Like 6, I think. Yeah, 6.
KCM2 Sage Mode Naruto.
You could say you could go down to that version of Naruto. There's Warwick Sakura too, actually.
Oh yeah,
Sakura.
Her.
She could be like above Jubito.
And Boruto Sakura too.
Oh shit, Boruto himself currently. Yeah. The Warwick Sakura would be in there. I guess current Boruto would be there. Even current Kawaki is technically a Konoha shinobi. I know he came like later on in his life to Konoha, but him. Who else is up there?
These are just Leaf Shinobi, right?
Yeah, maybe Hashirama would be like a 10th. Yeah, maybe Hashirama.
He's got to be in there.
Yeah, so maybe those guys would probably be like the top of the key, the top shinobi of all time in Konoha. But Baryon Naruto's for sure number 1.
No doubt.
He's a monster.
That's a beast.
Yeah. If he was able to utilize Tsukuyomi orbs during Boruto, how would his fights change from Momo, Jigen, Delta, or Sasuke for that matter, since he only has 1 arm? Honestly, I don't think it'd make a difference against Jigen. I think Jigen would probably absorb him or something. He's way beyond anything we've ever seen. Momo, I mean, they might utilize it, but the result would be the same. They'd beat him like they did originally.
It helps him defeat Delta a lot easier.
Oh yeah, sure. Delta as well. The true Seekinors would have been problematic for her. I guess nothing would really change. The results to their fights would be the same. I don't think the true Seekinors would do much to Jigen, to be honest. The fights would go. They'd have more of a chance in every fight with those, but the results would be the same.
It's implied that the true secret orbs don't launch at the same speed as the person himself.
Yeah,
too, so
definitely.
you have plenty of time to react and absorb them if they came at him.
Especially Jigen. Yeah, he'd definitely react to that.
Especially Jigen.
Yeah. If you were to replace, if you were in place of Hiruzen during team shuffles, what teams you would change or keep them the same? I always thought Asuma would be more beneficial to Naruto. I mean, yeah, the chakra nature, yeah. If I had to make the teams, I would definitely keep Ino, Shiko, and Cho because that's like a generational team. I'd keep that together.
So Sarutobi's are always supposed to be the sensei to Ino, Shiko, Cho, so I think it actually kind of made sense.
Yeah, that one made pretty good sense. I'd keep that the same. Who else would I? Maybe Naruto. I mean, Naruto and Sasuke went really well together, to be honest.
Hinata, Neji, and Rock Lee would be great.
That'd be dope.
Guy.
Taijutsu based. That'd be perfect for my guy, actually. I'd probably do that too. Those three together. It's Team Kurenai. So it's Shino.
Maybe Sakura.
Yeah, you can put Sakura there. Like Shino, Sakura, and Kiba or something like that.
Yeah, Kiba's, I guess, fine.
He's ass.
He's kind of useless anyway.
He's ass regardless. And then Naruto's... Tenten. Yeah, she retires. And then Naruto, Sasuke. Who would be with Naruto and Sasuke?
Besides Kakashi, I mean,
yeah. That's a really good sensei for them.
It's the best sensei for them.
Yeah, I might just keep him as sensei, and then instead of Sakura being with them, who else is left? Maybe Choji or some shit, or
yeah, Choji, Ino, Tenten,
Shikamaru.
Shikamaru, yeah, Shikamaru would be pretty good with those two, I think.
Yeah,
because imagine like Naruto amping up Shikamaru's like chakra supply, how much he could do with his shadows and things of that nature.
Oh shit!
Make him faster.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I mean, he'd be quite a threat. So
yeah, that'd be insane. But yeah, a really good team would be Hinata, Neji, and Rock Lee. That'd be a really good team, actually.
Yeah,
it'd be like
the
Taijutsu Gods with my guy. But yeah, like we said, Team Asuma could just stay the same, so they could still have Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Naruto and Sasuke could have. Let's see.
Maybe Tenten that would like benefit the most.
Yeah, it's like a Tenten.
Yeah,
she could just help out in the background.
She is cheerlead,
Cheerlead, like Sakura did. So, but yeah, that's probably the team would have.
Support.
Yeah. Since you've seen Bleach and seem to enjoy it while progressing through the story, which power system intrigued you the most? For example, Sanpak Toes, Hollow Transformations, Quincy. For me,
good question.
That's a really good question, actually. I think the Bankais probably caught my eye the most. I like the uniqueness of some of the Bankais very much, actually. I like the discrepancy in aesthetics, like the detail to them. Byakuya's is really cool. Even the Sanpak Toes are pretty remarkable too, like Aizen's, for example. Like, Jesus Christ, he doesn't even need a fucking Bankai. Bankais, and I would say the Quincy, especially now, Quincy has started to intrigue me, especially with the newest episode of Bleach coming out. But the single most interesting thing probably is the Bankais that's caught my eye. And the mystery behind some of these individuals. I've never used a Bankai. Aizen, Kenpachi, guys like that.
Exactly. Urahara
as well. Yeah, I think Bankai is probably the number one thing for me, power system wise, that I've been intrigued by. So,
I mean, anonymously, also the Resurrections.
Oh, those are sick.
Release with Urahara was great. I mean,
really cool.
We might see some like second Resurrections in the 1,000-Year Blood War.
Oh damn! Time. Like, that'd be dope.
It'd be cool to see, like, I don't know, like Grimmjow, right? Or someone else. That really was fascinating.
That was awesome.
The Lord
was
sick. The what was Shinji's group called? Like the Vriziones or whatever. Like,
the visors, I think. The visors. Yeah.
The transformations were like really unique and like just different. The tax abilities, like Barion, like that
was really sick. Yeah.
Very memorable.
The Rancor is still my favorite arc, unless 1,000-Year Blood War does better. I really liked the Rancors, man. Like, Ukuro is my favorite. Ukuro is my favorite for sure. But I really liked Grimmjow. I really liked Barion was dope. I mean, his power is insane.
His power is broken, dude.
Even in his presence, you're deteriorating if you lack the spiritual pressure to offset it. So, I mean, he's a threat. So yeah, the rank card, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
those guys were all sick.
Rutor's pretty dope too. Yeah, the rank cards were really well done. I think really, really well done. The whole arc is really well done, I'd say. So
So good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just really looking forward to this. This one, this Thousand Year Blood War part, man, it looks all time great. Like the suspense that they're building. The Quincy's trying to take over. Uryu flaking.
Uryu had no problems.
Yeah, Uryu, dude,
Yeah.
deadass. He's a flake, man. He's a flake. I can't like.
What is he doing?
He like instantaneously 180'd. He's like, fuck it, I'll join you. You walk. I'll drink. I'll be your successor. I'll drink your blood to get my powers. Like, dude, after all the shit you guys went through, that's it. Damn, bro. That's
He's
fake.
a cupcake, bro.
Yeah, bro. He's fake. For
KD?
that.
No,
He-
I'm kidding.
Literally KD of Bleach, man. He's fake. That's fake as hell. But we'll see. We'll see what he does. He's with Ewok and what's the other Quincy's name? Hollingsworth or something like that. Hallsworth.
Oh yeah, his second in command.
He's like a monster too. So yeah, those guys are
Yeah.
monsters.
Yeah, it took him no time at all, bro. I was like, wow, I knew something was up with Uryu, bro.
Yeah,
I knew something was gonna happen.
exactly. Like, dude, they slaughtered all your friends and shit. Like all the guys that you were friends with. The Quincy went down there and exterminated them, and then you join them. That's crazy, dude.
And his rationalization was weak too. He's like, I always thought that Shinigamis, and Quincy's should never get together. It's like,
Yeah,
why was
come
he
on,
helping
bro.
them the whole
The facts, like you were with him the entire rank arc, dude, fighting right next to him. What the hell are you talking about? I don't understand that, man.
He had no problem getting served saved against Mayuri or like any of those
Facts.
guys.
I hope
Yeah,
fucking
like-
Ichigo whips his ass, low key. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. He needs to like humble him, bro. He's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
He's not a challenge like a Sasuke would be though. Unless he gets like a huge amp from Ewok, like who knows? But
Yeah. He if that thing he drank, the blood, I think, or whatever it is, if that amps him to like that level, that'd be cool. But yeah, right now he doesn't. He's not competing with Ichigo currently.
no, absolutely not.
He'll get fucking stomped.
He hasn't been relevant for so long.
Yeah, he hasn't been relevant since like the beginning, midway point of Bleach. So he isn't really not that relevant, to be honest.
Yeah, before they even got to the Hueco Mundo.
Literally, yeah. At that point, that wasn't that useful anymore. If Jigen had a child, would the baby inherit Atsushi DNA or no? I would say so. Yeah, just like any other clan. I would see Atsushi DNA embedded in, their DNA. I don't see why not. It'd probably be very.
Vessels, like you're saying, like if vessels can incorporate their DNA, I don't see why a baby wouldn't
Yeah.
have a direct offspring.
Exactly,
Yeah,
I don't see why not. It'd probably be a force of nature, whoever that child is. So.
absolutely.
Yeah, merge with his body. Was Itachi's illness incurable, or could Tsunade have healed them? The world may
I
never
don't
know.
think so.
But it seemed implied that no. Yeah, it didn't seem like that was the case. The world may never know because we never saw that interaction. Itachi was a global terrorist in everyone's eyes, so Tsunade never asked, like, hey, you want me to heal you? It never happened.
Like, and Sasuke's, I know it's just different because like Hagoromo and Naruto had their own illnesses.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have like way too much more chakra than Itachi would, but like nonetheless, they had like a chakra sickness and it took a very specific set of events to cure that. So
yeah.
I think it's kind of incurable unless you have like the,
Yeah.
the right medicine. So to
Because
speak.
like you said, it took like divine intervention to heal Naruto and Sasuke. Literally, Hagoromo
Yeah,
was like divine,
literally.
supernatural intervention. So yeah, it probably wouldn't be healed. Itachi, even with Tsunade's help, probably not. It seems like these type of illnesses are like they're terminal unless you have divine intervention, like Hagoromo or something. So yeah, probably the case. Itachi disease is ninja AIDS, pretty much. That's pretty much what he had.
Yeah, I mean probably Hagoromo, not Hagoromo. Hashirama died the same way too.
Shit, yeah, it's the only way you can kill these guys, man. They're too powerful to.
Literally.
So, what jutsu has the highest destructive capacity in Naruto? The single most? Maybe like a prime Naruto Baryon mode Biji bomb or something like that. Straight up.
Yeah.
Dropped it on the planet and obliterate it. Yeah, that's
Like a
up there.
6-pass, like Chibaku Tensei.
Six pass Chibaku Tensei, something like that would have the most. Or Jigen using his that weird jutsu he used. It's not really destructive capacity though. He's more-
Also, Amaterasu Loki, it does not stop until it like incinerates the object that's burning.
Yeah.
Like
Amaterasu has like
Yeah.
a widespread, slow burn, destructive capacity that seems
Yeah.
to be endless until the user just.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how to measure the destructive capacity of jutsu, the energy output in joules, or by what can it be stopped? Like true secret orbs destroy everything. Now, the only thing about trying to use numerical values is that there's arbitrary levels of scaling people try to use pixel scaling and things of this nature. There's no way to confirm whether or not your metric system is correct. It's very difficult to establish that, to prove that. Even estimations are not correct. Honestly, the best way to me is more of a qualitative assessment. Like, you see on the panel what's taking place, like, okay, there's a world being destroyed, and you compare it to another attack, like, okay, there's a village being destroyed. What has more destructive capacity? The one where the world's being destroyed. It's more concrete that way, as opposed to trying to exactly calculate in joules the amount of power. I don't really deem that as a credible, valid source of scaling destructive capacity for the most part. So unless the writer,
it's just an assumption.
Yeah, unless the writer directly specifies blatantly, like, okay, this took this amount of power, then okay, that's a blatant reference from the creator of the fantasy itself. But yeah, I usually measure it just with eye test, and even then, I don't say that my classification is absolute unless it's blatantly indicated by the writer or something. So you're gonna slippery slope when you start to calculate joules, like if we're actually in their universe using physics, so it's hard to do that.
Yeah, like, even if, like, someone destroys a house, for example, in Naruto, what if the house is made with, like, using wood style jutsu, things of that nature, right? Like,
exactly, yeah.
I don't think the wood in that universe is going to be equivalent to the durability in our universe, so
yeah,
it can be a slippery slope, like you're saying, because, like, the amount of joules that would take to destroy this said object wouldn't be equivalent to whatever object is in question in Naruto, for example. So
exactly.
It's an assumption based, and yeah, it can make realistic comparisons, but, like, it's not something to take literally per se. Go with what's more obvious.
Yeah, because these metric systems people use are only dependent upon your own discretion, and how can you establish your discretion as credible or the absolute truth? You can't. So
exactly,
I would analyze carefully. That's all I'd say. Like a pixel scaling, for example, how do you, I would say, independently verify that the pixel scaling metric system you're using is the correct one? There is no way, unless you ask the author. The author's like, yeah, that's correct. Then I guess you get the go ahead from the author, but that never happens. So, yeah.
Or, like, how many panels it takes to, like, for a battle to end compared to another battle.
Exactly.
Like,
it's all ambiguous and arbitrary. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
What future do you see with Disney's influence in the movie industry, mostly negative, or would there be a power flux with different management? I think that companies such as Disney, not to get political, but companies such as Disney, even the MCU, are attempting to promote, like, this sort of ideology shoving down of the throat movement, with certain groups getting more promotion and, I would say, screen time, but clearly it's not working. If you look at Bud Light, for example, that's not a movie company, but Bud Light trying to do what they did with a certain group of people, Disney with a certain movie where they had, like, a certain orientation displayed, it did very poorly. It's not going to work, and I think Disney's going to come to that realization that we don't want politicized child movies in theaters. We just want simple movies that children can understand without any politically motivated shit in it, so I think that it's currently what they're doing is having a negative effect. I'll say that. It's not well received from the majority of people in the Western world that have any some sort of competency. So, yeah, I would say they need to. Yeah.
They just have so much money and revenue to their disposal that they can really have the authority to just buy out any, like, smaller companies. It's kind of like a monopoly all over again, essentially, and their direction on influence can be overwhelming and kind of restrict the creative process in other companies, if you will. So in that regard, I think it definitely has, like, a negative connotation behind it. But I don't see them controlling these many, like, companies, spreading their money throughout them and seeing them create a very well thought out creative project at a time, because they're just at that point more focused on pushing out content and making revenue because of that. So
yeah, exactly. I think,
don't see it very well.
Yeah, I just think that the politically charged forms of media that they're attempting to release isn't going to work, because when you get political, you're bound to create division, regardless of what political affiliation you're with, whether it's left or right. You're going to lose customers, and when you lose customers, you lose money. The less consumers, the less money. There won't be as much demand.
And reputation.
Yeah, and your reputation as well. Look at Target with their certain child clothing that they were trying to sell, Target was getting boycotted. They were losing probably millions to billions of dollars, and they've immediately stopped that because clearly that's not well received from the majority of of the first world citizens. So they have to stick to what is accepted, and organically. Well, there's certain things I don't agree with. I never will. I'm not going to get into that because it's controversial. But if they want more politically charged, understandable forms of media, they're going to have to do it organically. Create new stories where you could promote these things, or have characters that are barely introduced that have this orientation or whatever. That's fine. But when you're trying to change characters that have been around for decades or centuries, like Superman and stuff, that's not going to work, man. You'll fail. And clearly it's failing now. So
that's the wrong people to choose to do that shit with.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I agree that I never understood how pixel scaling works. Yeah. There's no way to understand it because it's only dependent
I can't
upon.
take it seriously, man.
Yeah, no. It's only dependent upon the person making it. There's no way to sort of validate their scaling. So, yeah, folks, any questions you may have, feel free to ask. Any and all questions are welcomed. Let me check the Discord if anyone's asked anything.
I got another one here from mine.
You can ask. Yeah, you can go ahead.
War Arc, EMS Naruto versus Sage Mode Sasuke.
Oh shit. War Arc, EMS Naruto versus Sage Mode Sasuke. Well, it all depends on how you presuppose their power. Like if they're as powerful as the original versions, then War Arc, EMS Sasuke or Naruto would beat Sage Mode Sasuke. Because at that point, EMS is above 5 Kage Summit. So, but if you're presupposing that they're completely different in power, then it really comes down to how you quantify them. But yeah, that's what I would say. It's hard to answer that because it all depends on how you quantify these characters. So
yeah, we don't know what specific ability Naruto has with the Mangekyo. He can surely handle them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So the abilities would definitely matter, but nonetheless, I think with Kurama, plus the precognition of the Mangekyo alone, it would kind of act like Sage Mode anyways. So I think it would just go in a similar manner.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty much going to go a similar manner. But again, it all depends on how you want to quantify those guys too. So I feel like company like Disney are losing the aspect of what made them love to begin with. I agree. Greed ruins a lot. Also, the higher ups want to please certain demographics for their personal interest. Yeah, this is essentially why they're doing what they're doing, but it's not working. They're going to experiment with this, and they're going to see that it fails. Movies bombing in the box office, companies going down the drain like Bud Light. It's not going to work. It's going to fail.
Bud Light.
Yeah, Bud Light tried, and they failed hard. Target tried, failed hard. Like, once you start going to children, trying to indoctrinate children, that's where you lose the majority of competent-minded people. No matter what political affiliation they're with, whether they're straight, gay, whatever, they're not going to agree with you trying to indoctrinate children at all. They're going to be disgusted by it, actually, like the majority of people are, no matter the orientation. There's only a select group of people that say, we're coming for your kids. That's disgusting. And you're going to be met with a ton of backlash. Companies will fall, and empires will end. They will not. No parent's going to allow that shit. No good parent is going to allow you to indoctrinate their children with bullshit like that. Never.
And Disney's business model is all about creating content for kids.
Exactly. It's like
that's the main demographic. So
it's like this oxymoronic bullshit media. Like, dude, this is not for kids. I'm not going to take my kid to
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I don't want to see like this politically motivated shit in a Buzz Lightyear movie or none of that shit, man. What the hell is this? Yeah, so it's never going to work. They will lose people. They'll lose business. And companies will fall because of it. They're already seeing it soon enough. Like Target saw it crystal clear when they try to put like sexual explicit content on kids' clothing about orientation. Like, dude, why the fuck would a parent buy their kid that shit? I don't understand that.
Literally, dude. Literally.
Like, whether it's a gay parent or a straight parent, you think they're gonna buy their kid that shit? Come on, man. Think a little bit. Marketing.
I don't even know what they are yet, bro.
Yeah, the fuck. They don't. One day they're Spider-Man, the next day they're a dinosaur in their head. You think they're thinking about that? Come on, man.
Literally, dude.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And Target deserved that. So. What big bomb would have to be made to change Disney to a straight path? A riot, actress death? What would it? I think a huge boycott to the point where they're actually losing money would take. Like Target. Target, the boycott is quite large, and Target immediately removed that crap from the shelves. Disney would need a huge boycott, like boycotting Disney Plus. What's it called? Disney Plus merchandise. Not going to Disneyland. Not watching their movies. That's going to take a huge effort, though. And Disney is so powerful. They're global, first of all. They're so powerful. Literally. It's going to be impossible to even make a dent. It's going to be impossible to even make a dent, man. It'd be...
Their IP is worth so much, man.
Oh, like, dude. Yeah, they're worth fucking billions. And they're global. They're not just they're not just in the West. They're fucking everywhere. So it's going to be very fucking difficult to do that. Yeah, it's gonna take it quite the bomb. Quite the bomb.
That's what they can afford to play around a little bit, I suppose. But, like, once they get a sense of what they're doing, they're probably going to backtrack real quick. Hopefully.
Yeah, that ass. I hope so. I hope that ratings are just low enough to where they were like, okay, let's go back to what we used to do. Just make kid movies, man. You know, so
exactly. They're Star Wars now. Like, they can make sick stuff. You know?
Exactly.
Like,
like
ESPN. Like, yo, like
literally. Like, I just hope that they can go back to the straight and narrow, but it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot. They're a powerful company, man. So.
Yeah, too powerful.
Too powerful. Man. Yeah, literally, they're too powerful. So there's been a huge, I would say, epiphany from the majority of, well, in this country specifically, in the Western world as well, with, like I said, the children thing. Like, dude, you don't mess with people's kids, man. That's where you're gonna lose the vast majority of people. You know, so.
Yeah, trying to sell merchandise off that too.
Like,
it's
dude,
like how
what the fuck
can you get, man?
Yeah, man. Like you think any rational parent's gonna buy that bullshit? Come on, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's just absurd, man. I don't know what the fuck. That marketing's retarded. Target should fire all those retards.
How did they get out the whiteboard, man?
Yeah, man. Or the ones that the Bud Light market team, I guarantee they probably fired all those retards too. Fucking doing what they did. Like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Especially that conservative ass group they have, man.
Oh yeah, Bud Light, dude. That's like, who drinks Bud Light? Your typical, like, 40-plus-year-old right-wing American. That's who drinks Bud Light. Exactly. You want to see that bullshit on their can? Come on. Think a little bit.
Not, dude.
Think a little bit, man. God damn.
You don't know your own consumer base? It's like, come
on,
dude.
That's literally a deterrent to your consumer base.
Yeah.
That was probably the most retarded one, was fucking Bud Light. Like, dude, you know who drinks your shit? Grown men, dude. The fuck is wrong with you? I don't understand that shit.
Bro. Yeah.
That was retarded. If you were to put people in a position where you can become God and change every bad thing in the world, in your opinion, or just leave it as bad as it is, what would you choose? I mean, the TikTok still exists. If I was a god, I mean, obviously the ideal would be perfection. But we can't really grasp perfection because we're imperfect. With perfection, there is no progress no longer being made. We can't really fathom that idea, because how could we fathom the idea of no progress? There is no room for improvement. Why? Because perfection has been achieved. If I was a god, then obviously I'd want everybody to have perfect life. But I can't really understand what that would be like, because no one's perfect. You can't even fathom it.
That's a hard question. It really is. I agree. I think imperfections are what make humanity so beautiful. I mean, like, even like when you're trying to find like a partner, like it would be extremely hard, because if everyone's perfect, like, what are you going to be attracted to?
Exactly.
Really, right? Everything's mundane at that point.
It's like perfection. Yeah, exactly. Perfection is as abstract as infinity. You just can't truly understand it. You can't. There's no way you could truly fathom the idea of perfection. You really can't. It just doesn't exist. We can't even observe it, let alone understand it. So, if I was guaranteed that life would be perfect and everyone would be happy, then obviously I'd choose eliminate all evil. But if I couldn't be guaranteed that, I don't know. I don't know if I would. I would start with small, trivial things that could be without much of a disruption. But, like, I don't know. It's just like, there is a balance in life that comes from imperfective acts, essentially. Like, I don't know. It's like, you don't want to become like light Yagami, for example. Exactly.
You know, it's gotta be small matters before you let it get to your head or something.
Yeah, I agree. And that'd be a tough spot to be in if you had that kind of power. As an imperfect being, like, I'd have to be guaranteed that life would be this pure happiness, and then I would do it. But I don't know how I would be guaranteed such a thing. So, the world can always improve regardless, but perfection is unattainable. So
that's something to look forward to as well. Having something to like perfect, quote unquote, even though you never will, but it's something to like have a genuine like gratification for, essentially.
Yeah, it's
so
almost
it's just boring.
It's almost as if the suffering is what is the catalyst to progress. It's almost like it's necessary for humanity. The climb, if you will, is what incentivizes all humans to continue to improve. Without that, you can't really fathom the idea. What would be the point of anything if everything is attainable?
Exactly.
It's almost unfathomable. It's a unfathomable scenario because we just have never observed it or felt it. So, what do you think about society? Do you ever wonder what kind of secrets that are being kept from the public, like in the industry? Oh, I'm sure there's plenty. I'm sure the government has many things under wraps that we have no idea about remotely. And I think that's certainly a thing. But I'm not as far as to go. I'm not the type of person to go as far as, conspiratorial nut that thinks that the government is pure evil and that we're all fucking, we're in the matrix and that, the government's out to get us and we're all just pawns. I don't go that far. I think that the world is not black and white. I think there's a lot of gray. And I think within government, there's conflict amongst governmental officials as well. Congress. There's a lot of conflicting interests. And of course, there's corruption. There's no way to stop that, no matter what country you speak of or what part of history you speak of. But I think that there's certainly secrets that the government rather not tell the public. And I'm sure there's some good reasons for it, and I'm sure there's bad reasons for it as well.
They keep secrets from each other in the political.
Oh yeah, plenty.
Game, so imagine what we're like left out on, dude.
Yeah, it's all competition. Even within government, there's competition. But I think that keeps people grounded. There has to be conflicting interests to avoid monopoly. That's why George Washington decided a monarchy wouldn't be best. I think he made the right choice. A monarchy centralizes power to one totalitarian figure, and usually that goes wrong because there's too many conflicting interests, and you end up with a fallen empire like Rome or Greece. So
it's a wise decision as well.
Yeah.
Pentagon Papers like literally prove that like our government does keep stuff from us and the media as a result.
Exactly.
And people like there's been like Dick Cheney, for example, kept a lot of things underneath wraps, and
yep.
It's just a part of what some individuals will do, like Nixon.
Nixon. Yep.
They've been proven to do this a lot with folks, so it wouldn't surprise me at all as to what do I possibly think is being held from us. I think it would probably be like advanced technology, like for the military, or perhaps like international affairs, whether it be like potential wars, like we've been saying, or something of that matter. But it's either to like mitigate an uproar in the populace or to mitigate jealousy, if you will. Either way, it's something's being hidden. For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely things that are hidden that we can probably not even imagine. Things you will never know. Just an interesting concept to think about. Yeah, there's things that we'll never know unless you're in the upper tiers of governmental structure. Amongst the governmental hierarchy, you'll never know some of these things. So you have to make yourself suffer to improve. It's not avoidable. To truly be strong and healthy, you can't eat whatever you want. Yeah, here's the thing about life that's ironic. You only have two choices. One is suffer into misery or suffer into success. You're going to suffer regardless. So you might as well choose the latter. Why wouldn't you? Why would you want to live with regret and live with misery for the rest of your life? While conversely, you're going to suffer regardless, but you're going to have fruits for your labor. So suffering is inevitable. Life is cyclical. Like Madara said, there's a cycle of there's war and peace. And I think every human individually has their own war within them. They feel, why are they going through this war? For the peace that they want to achieve, not just for them, but for those that they care about. That's life is cyclical from an individual level all the way up to a societal level, to be honest. So yeah, suffering is unavoidable. Even if you're a bum-ass loser that doesn't want to do anything with your life, how are you going to suffer? You're going to be broke. No one's going to respect you. You're not going to get any pussy. You'll be a loser. You're suffering regardless. So pick your poison.
Yeah, that is your punishment. Yeah. Eat or be eaten, essentially. Survival of the fittest.
Literally, so pick your poison. Literally.
If you're too comfortable and life is, perfect in a way, because your complacency is like perfectly content, then you won't ever challenge yourself. You won't ever understand what these challenges can make you to be once you overcome them. You just remain stagnant, like you're saying, and there's no progress to be had, at least not at a quick rate or pace, rather. So
Yeah.
you're only limiting yourself when you don't challenge yourself, and
Exactly.
change is a good thing.
Yeah.
Really, it's whether it be bad or good. If you just learn from these lessons that are taught to you by life, then I mean that's wisdom, you know, and that's something you can't read in a book, or you can't just be told and like
Exactly.
instantly adapt it to your circumstances. It's something you have to experience, and taking that first step, making that first change is always important.
Exactly. It's certainly I think the catalyst that all men should have, man. You should want to change for the better. Like Jordan Peterson once said, he said that it's scary to let your kids fly out the nest, but it's scarier to not let them leave. Like it's almost more detrimental to never let them go, you know, because they never improve. They're dependent, weak. They never reach their potential. I think that's even worse than taking a risk, to be quite honest. So I think that suffering the way to the top's better. That's all I could say. At least most people think that. So
we all can agree with that.
Yeah. You have to, let's see. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder what's in Area 51. Who knows, man? Probably secrets that will never be told outside of those walls. So probably some things in there for sure.
Speculation.
Yeah, all we can do is speculate. Maybe extraterrestrial life, extraterrestrial technology, just viruses we've never seen before. Who knows? Who knows what's out there? How powerful would a Naruto World Godzilla would be, and what role would he hold? Naruto World Godzilla.
I'd be like Kurama, basically.
Yeah, I'd be like a tailed beast. I feel like if Godzilla was there, I mean, he'd probably have to scrap. I mean, the gorilla's fucking huge, though. Godzilla's fucking huge. I mean, it's not really a tailed beast, though.
Yeah, they're pretty massive. Yeah.
If anything, tailed beast would scrap with him if he was, you know, like a rebellious monster. He'd have some fights on his hands, you know. I know there's iterations of Godzilla that are fucking like extremely powerful, but most movie iterations, like mainstream, probably about city level, mountain level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Naruto would be able to tame that shit like nothing. Full power Prime Naruto.
Genjutsu it, bro.
Or Genjutsu the guy, like Sasuke could just Genjutsu the thing. Yeah. If come to the conclusion that life is a test for a game that you can't respond, just think about everything that's pleasurable. It has to be met with self-control or destroy you. Yeah, I think most things in I would say in excess are bad for you. Even things that you think are good, I think they can be bad for you if it's in excess. Most things in this imperfect world, in this imperfect reality, shouldn't be overindulged. You have to have balance. I think balance is important in life. You know, balance in every aspect.
Yeah, not being granted everything in life is a good thing. You know, it makes you value the value of a dollar, or value the value of a friend, or just being humble is extremely powerful. And once you do earn things that you earn, then I mean you really understand the power of being able to earn something, and also just you know, just being confident in whatever progress you still have to make in the future. So
exactly, I think that in life should just be about, well, the way I live is just improvement. You know, improvement with the right why, right? Like for the others around you. You gotta it's like a duty. Once you see improvement as a duty, you'll do it even on the days you don't feel like doing it. And that's where discipline comes in. The majority of first world members of society, they indulge in their pleasures. You know, they live in the moment. I don't agree with that perspective, but that's how most people live these days. So I think that constant evolution is the way you should live. But yeah, I mean, we kind of already see that with the Bijou. Kurama would slam Godzilla. Yeah, movie Godzilla. Yeah, he would slam his ass. I mean,
I would say so. Yeah.
One Bijou bomb, Godzilla's done. Yeah,
literally.
His little mouth blasting doing shit to Kurama. I'll tell you that.
It just regenerates.
Yeah, literally, it just regenerates. He's just a ball of energy anyway. Let's see. But any questions though, folks? Feel free. We'll be about 40 more minutes because there is a UFC fight we must catch. So if you want to ask about that as well, feel free. It's a great card today.
Yeah, solid fight, man.
Yeah. Any questions at all? Politics, fucking conspiracy theories, the elections, whatever comes to mind. Speaking of Kurama, who wins? Kurama versus our whole world? Kurama probably nukes us, man. A Bijou bomb is like at least an atomic bomb. It would probably bury Hiroshima and Nagasaki in the water as far as AP. One Bijou bomb probably level all of New York. One Bijou bomb, depending on the interpretation, you can argue that Bijou bomb would level all of the United States, all of North America, honestly. So yeah, the military would be at his mercy. At best, he could try to nuke him, and it's just a ball of energy anyway.
Yeah, nothing would. Maybe the radiation. But
maybe the radiation. Yeah, even that. That's the best chance we have. The fucking radiation kills it, but yeah, we're not hurting that thing. We're not gonna be able to kill it. It's gonna be extremely, extremely difficult. It's faster than us. Blow away probably continents in a single blast. Yeah, literally, man. Like superpowers would be at its mercy, literally. So
yeah. That's worldwide genocide for sure.
Yeah, literally. It'd probably be our extinction event. Be Kurama on Earth. So.
Imagine, bro.
God, yeah. What if any Beast manifests in our world with whom we could deal with? Let's keep that beast power level relative in order to look into the. Who could we deal with if they were in our world, man? Any of the Beasts would be a fucking problem, man. In our real world.
He said power level relative though. I think he's talking about like maybe like personality wise, like who could we tame perhaps?
Oh, who could we tame? The 8-Tail seems pretty nice, but that's after he met Killer Bee though. Before that, I think he hated humanity too.
What about Bee too? Yeah.
Yeah. As far as taming, the 5-Tail seems pretty nice. The one that seems like a nice tailed beast, but then again, they were all like enslaved and treated like shit, so they all hate humanity, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't see them having any reason to like cooperate with society unless like they have someone strong enough to seal them or tame them. That's like the whole purpose of Jinchuri's.
Exactly, and all of us are fodder compared to them. So yeah, I think they just fucking destroy our world. To be honest, they have no reason to give a shit about any of us. So I don't know if we'd be able to handle any of them. To be honest, I think we'd be at their mercy.
No one in our world.
No one in our world would have a fucking chance. Yeah, no.
Donald Trump?
Maybe Donald Trump or fucking JFK if he were alive. Come talk him down. Come talk the tell Beast down or something. Talk ninjutsu to him.
Legend, dude.
Reagan. I don't know. Great communicator.
Yeah.
Let's see. Speaking of Kurama, who went? Oh yeah, we just answered that. Bruce Lee with. Oh, who do you think is winning the next election? Definitely not Biden's old ass. His fucking approval ratings.
Not Trump either, apparently.
Probably, if the indictment stays standing, he probably won't be eligible to run. I think. I don't know how that's developed exactly. I've been keeping up with Trump, but if his indictment doesn't allow his re-election, and clearly he can't even run. Now, if he were able to run, I think he'd have a chance, especially with what's happening now currently.
Over Biden?
Yeah, I think he'd beat Biden out. But there's some good candidates from the Republican side, like DeSantis. The only thing about DeSantis, he's not as popular as Trump. DeSantis is obviously popular in Florida because he's a governor there, but he doesn't have enough. He's not enough of a name, I'd say, to challenge Trump.
Cruz?
Ted Cruz. I'd see Trump outwinning him.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's so lame, dude.
As far as the Democratic Party, I don't know any good candidate that I could see beating Trump, like number wise.
Hillary Clinton, maybe.
Hillary if she came back, but there's so much dirt on her ass. Trump would flame her again about the emails and stuff. There'd have to be some like new knight in shining armor for the Democratic Party. I can't think of anyone that could beat Trump right now. I think even if the media shits on him, CNN just trashes him, I think he'd still win, to be honest.
Yeah, we need another Al Gore or something.
Yeah, we need someone like that, like another Obama figure. That's what we need. Yeah, I think someone like that would beat Trump out. Besides that,
Trump already has like resume to be a president. So.
Yeah, and he has the experience. Yeah. Probably if Trump is not indicted, I'd probably say Trump wins. So to be honest, I think number wise, he's like the most popular. He has the most support. Biden's a fucking failure of a president.
Yeah, no one's fighting for Biden right now.
His old ass can't even get through a speech, let alone govern the fucking country. So
Obama's disappointed.
Yeah, even he's disappointed. If Obama ran again, he might beat Trump, to be honest.
That'd be sick, bro.
That would be a good run. That would be a good debate to see.
Real
Those guys talking
Obama's
shit.
Trump.
That'd be
Dude, that'd be
sick.
legendary.
I would love to see
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Trump, like Obama's a good debater too, so
He is, dude. Yeah.
he's really good. I
Very
think
intellectual.
he beat out Romney. Romney was not bad. So.
Oh, I forgot, dude. Kanye West.
Oh shit!
How
If he
could I
ran,
forget?
I wonder how many votes he'd actually get. Imagine he wins. Oh my god, this country's doomed if his ass wins.
Yeah, that's bad looks, guys. That's really
And
bad.
we'd have
looks.
an anti-Semitist fucking president.
Yikes.
Oh,
Changes our
Jesus.
flag, dude.
Oh god! Imagine he's like, I'm banning all Jews. Oh god, no. Yeah, he'd be a horrible
World
fucking
War III.
Jesus. Yeah, he'd probably get into fights with fucking Kim Jong Un and all kinds of shit. Let's see, Bruce Lee with 5 Kage Summit powers versus Michael J. White with KC1 power. Who wins? Bruce Lee. The thing about Bruce Lee, here's the thing. As much as this is gonna sound disrespectful, he doesn't have much empirically for him as far as actual combat experience. There's actually a video, I think it's on YouTube somewhere, of him battling an amateur, and he doesn't do too well. An amateur fighter. I think Michael J. White has decades of experience. Yeah, he's not a professional, but he has decades of experience. He's much larger than Bruce, like by about probably almost 100 pounds. Bruce only weighed about 135. He was small.
Plus KCM won.
Yeah. Plus KCM1, he'd be bigger, stronger. Bruce Lee would probably be faster, but then again, White has KCM1.
Yeah.
So he'd be really fucking fast. The regeneration. Probably Michael J. Probably beats Bruce. He's bigger, stronger. He has techniques of today as opposed to the techniques of yesterday. And he has KCM1. So KCM1 is just over 5K Summit Sasuke. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a Bruce Lee that's just like kind of like a folklore iteration of him that's like exaggerated beyond what his empirical
exactly.
feats showed.
It's just his lore. No disrespect to Bruce, but yeah, it's his lore that made him who he is. He's a pioneer, no doubt. But
yeah,
he's not fucking Muhammad Ali or like as far as fighting skill or anything like that, you know. So, let's see. Kuruma said to be able to destroy the world to ash. I don't think we have a chance. Yeah, we don't.
No, we don't.
We don't have a fucking chance at all. I'm pretty sure all the Telltale Beasts hated humanity initially until they got softened up by their respective. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we need like a great communicator to talk one of them down. That'd be like our best chance. Imagine a 10 tails versus the whole world. Oh Jesus Christ, we'd be fucked. Even worse. I think even nuking it wouldn't do shit to it. That's how powerful the 10 tails is.
Yeah, he just swatted it away. Probably send it back to us.
Literally.
You know?
Every step of the 10 tails will send people flying on 10-kilometer rate. Oh yeah, dude, it's scary. Yeah. 10 tails would be like, in 5 steps would be across the country. Fucking gigantic.
Right.
Well, if our world can't beat beasts, what other real world beast verse would have a chance? Like, for example, in other fantasies, let's see, maybe the Titans from Attack on Titan, because we have nukes. I don't know. That'd be a problem to deal with because they have smart Titans too. Yeah, like the Beast Titan planning against us, like the coming to fucking the United States. We'd have to nuke them or tank.
Like a summoning like Game of Boonta or something. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe
with like tanks or like some F-50 jets, maybe we could hurt some Titans. Yeah, because of technology, I think we'd have a good chance against the Titans and Attack on Titan. We'd have a good shot.
Yeah, I think so for sure. Yeah.
If we have F-50s in the skies, you know, Titans can't fly, so it would shoot them down. We have submarines, so if they're in the water, we can go underneath, nuke them in the water. Yeah, we'd have a good chance against Attack on Titan.
It'd be better for us, honestly.
Yeah, because back in the Attack on Titan era, they have like rudimentary fucking like zip line backpacks and shit. Here we'd have jets, we'd have tanks, we'd have like stealth abilities, the Navy SEALs, we'd have all kinds of shit, man. So Attack on Titan,
that'd be broken.
Yeah, Attack on Titan, we'd have a good shot. What other world? I guess beasts. I mean, Godzilla would be tough to kill. We could nuke Godzilla, but what other fantasies?
They're beasts, yeah, it's a hard one, honestly.
Yeah, Attack on Titan is like the best one that comes to mind, but Dragon Ball would get slaughtered. I mean, there's no beasts in Dragon Ball really.
I'm thinking like some of the summonings, but that's all I can really think of.
Yeah, that's all I can think of too. Yeah, definitely. weapons in our world definitely destroy the Titans. Yeah, definitely, dude. Jets would fuck their shit up. I mean, these fucking little missiles that they shoot at the Titans blow them apart. Imagine what our fucking current day tanks would do to a Titan.
Oh yeah, literally, dude.
Blow them to hell.
You need the armored Titan to not like get slashed on the neck, essentially.
Exactly. One tank shell is blowing those bitches sky high. Yeah. Except Falco's Titan because it can fly. Oh, I forgot about that Titan. You could throw rocks at the jets like it did against Aaron's army. Yeah.
Ooh.
But those jets are so fucking fast, man. They're fucking
beyond. And stealth jets too.
Yeah, and the stealth jets. Oh, dude. They go beyond the speed of sound. They break the sound barrier.
Each target to miss too.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna miss a fucking Titan in the sky. Yeah. Tremors, graboids would be funny as fuck. Yeah, I'm not familiar with those.
Tremors, graboids.
Yeah. But yeah, our world is pretty weak, dude, compared to most anime. So, as far as power, we're fucking weak as shit. So.
Yeah, we're like bottom zero.
Like literally, scaling. Like we're at most anime's mercy, to be honest.
Or just fodder.
Yeah, literally. Warhammer 40k humanity versus all the Naruto verse. Warhammer 40k humanity versus all the Naruto verse.
40k.
Warhammer the Titan. I think that's the Titan, right? Warhammer. Oh wait, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. Oh, this is a different. This is a different thing. Fandom. Oh, this is another whole different thing. Never mind. I was thinking of Attack on Titan. These things seem powerful. Whatever these things are.
Look at them versus Wiki right now.
Versus Wiki.
40,000.
40,000. Versus Wiki. Let me look at that too. Let's see here, folks. Oh, here it is.
Surviving nuclear explosions at point blank.
Oh, Jesus.
Interesting.
If they could do that, we're probably fucked. Feats, explanations, and calculations.
Can unleash blasts of psychic power. More destructive than supernovas.
Oh, yeah, we're fucked then.
Yeah.
Supernovas? I mean, that would blow up the whole fucking planet. Yeah, no,
fucking anyway, dude.
Yeah. But versus all Naruto-verse, Supernova is like star level, so there's not many in the Naruto-verse I would stand a chance against that.
Yeah, I think it's very in AoE, I guess, but like usually supernovas are massive though. Like,
yeah, only someone like an Utsuchi would have a chance. With that level of power, yeah.
Yeah, arguably, but that's it, man.
It's pretty much
no one in like Shippuden is.
Oh no, they're all fucked.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Warhammer 40k humanity, but yeah, they seem
I didn't even hear about that.
They seem pretty powerful, yeah. Who was the most powerful Titan ability aside from the Titan Holder, just based off ability, in your opinion? Counting Founding Titan for obvious. Not counting Founding. Yeah, obviously not the Founding Titan. As far as the most powerful, I mean, Aaron, with the Titan he had, the one that could call the Titans, I mean, he even gave the Armor Titan a good run for his money. He did a lot of good things. He beat a lot of people. The Colossal Titan's up there, though, man. The Colossal Titan with, like, it spews, like, heat from its pores and shit.
Oh, shit.
That shit was powerful as fuck. I would probably go with Aaron as far as, like, the most capable. I think Aaron could probably take any one of them one-on-one with his Titan.
That's the most well-rounded one, right?
Yeah. Besides him, though, maybe the Colossal. Colossal's not really good at close quarters, though. It's, like, slow as shit. It's huge, but it's slow. Yeah. The Beast Titan, it's because it's so intelligent. That's why it's so... The guy that was like hosting the Beast Titan is so intelligent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, probably Aaron's. Probably Aaron's. And there's like some Titan called like the Warhammer Titan or some shit like that. That one was pretty powerful too. Some shit like that. I forgot the name of it. It's been a while, but
yeah, I haven't seen AOT in a minute, bro.
Yeah,
I really watched the rest of it though.
It's super good. Yeah, it's super good.
Lagging. Is it done though finally, or like are they still making new episodes?
I heard they're gonna make more. Like there's like a part 2 ending or some shit. I don't know. I haven't heard much about Attack on Titan though.
It's like AOT, the finale.
Literally.
Actually, the real finale.
Literally, I was like, shit, man. Unless we're talking about the Boruto verse, then only one that's surviving is Kaguya. Yeah, exactly. Against that, the 40k humanity.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, folks,
Let's see
about
this keys, man.
20 more minutes, folks. We shall depart. Been a good stream, though. Great questions. We even got political, which we enjoy as well.
Yeah, definitely a little fresh.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna be some good fights tonight, though. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to.
Them.
I think all 5 fights on the card are gonna be good. Honestly.
Good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full power prime Levi versus Colossal Titan. I like Levi's odds against any Titan. Deadass. Full prime, bloodlusted. I think he takes the Colossal Titan. The only thing would be like the heat that it spews, though. I don't know. Levi might have trouble with that. If he's able to blitz the Colossal, blitz it and get its neck, there's a good chance. But if the Colossal Titan is spewing like all that heat from his pores, then Levi wouldn't even be able to get close. He would melt. Yeah. So depends. If it's unaware Titan, Levi. If it's spewing the heat already, then the Titan. I mean, he can't get close. So yeah.
That's broken.
It's broken as shit. I mean, yeah, the Colossal killed a lot of fucking people with that shit. So
yeah, especially as a normal human, it's like,
literally,
what am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
dude.
I feel like the strength of the beast depends on the type of animal, because I'm pretty sure it comes with a different animal for each user. Oh, really? Yeah. Because I know with the one that we're familiar with, he's like a fucking giant ape. So honestly, one of the best scenes ever in anime history was when it was the commander of the forces of the humans, and it was the Beast Titan was throwing rocks at the fucking, like, slaughtering everyone, and the commander convinced everyone to rush it. And it's like, hey, dude, we got nothing left. Fuck it. Let's go out.
Yep.
Let's go out on top. I was like, damn, bro, that was
a badass moment.
Yeah, that was badass as fuck. And then Levi blitzes them and almost kills all the supporting Titans. And almost kills the Beast Titan. That shit was heat. That was amazing, man. I was like, holy fucking shit. He almost killed him, and the only reason he did it is because that one small Titan, like the very movable one, saved fucking the host. I was like, Jesus, dude, he almost killed him right there.
Yeah, literally, bro. I was almost wrapped.
Yeah, that was the coldest moment, I think, in Attack on Titan I've ever seen.
Pacing in that show is amazing. Dude. No fillers.
No fillers at all. No fillers. Straight to the point. Heat. This is like heat episode after heat episode. Altercation versus altercation. Straight to the point. It's like, it's fire. I mean, this shit's fire. They gotta make more of that. Let's see. If Leatherface gains chakra control, chakra infused chainsaw. Oh god. Yeah, the Leatherface chainsaw man. He's a fucking monster, man.
Imagine, dude.
Yeah, dude. One of the worst serial killers of all time. Who in the real world would win in a hand-to-hand fight against an adult Naruto with no powers? He's not gonna lie, Naruto can throw hands. Oh yeah, he certainly can. He has decades of experience. It'd have to be one of the greatest combat sports minds on earth. Maybe like John Jones. Maybe
he's just such a good taijutsu fighter, though, with so much experience.
Like, maybe if Jones goes to the ground. Naruto's not really shown to have grappling experience, but hand to hand that'd be difficult. Naruto has so much experience.
He probably already has like inherent precognition, just knows what to look for.
It's true, yeah. He's such a good hand to hand combatant. It'd have to be like one of the world's best, like John Jones or something.
Yeah, it has to be.
Maybe someone with lights out power like Francis Ngannou, Deontay Wilder.
CM Punk,
yeah. Could use that fucking WWE bullshit on him. Yeah, CM Punk was so ass. It was pathetic when he was in the UFC.
Hilarious,
that was dog shit performance. Brock was like the only respectable WWE fighter to go to UFC.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There was another guy, but he never went to UFC. Jack Swagger or some shit. He fought like a professional fight, and he won, but it wasn't in the UFC though. It was like some other shit.
Imagine if Big Show went to the UFC, bro.
Oh my god. Dude, John Jones or someone like that would chop his legs down right away.
Oh man, what a beast.
He's so fucking big though. He would never make weight. There's no way he'd ever make 265. He walks around like 500. Yeah, he's like 470 pounds. He'd die before he makes even 300. So.
Hell no, bro.
He's fucking massive.
He's not making weight, dude.
Yeah, fuck no. They'd have to make a new division for his big ass. So.
What's The Rock for the UFC fighter, man?
Oh, dude. If The Rock, that'd be interesting. He's pretty big too, but I think he could make weight.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
Just off the steroids a little bit.
Yeah, he'd definitely get off the roids. Usada would be on his ass right away. He doesn't have any experience. Brock at least had wrestling. Like, he grew up wrestling. The Rock has
literally.
nothing. Like, Rock would get his ass whooped, probably. Like, John would whip his ass. Stipe, all those guys beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, it's just a face.
Yeah.
He's an entertainer.
Yeah, he's an entertainer. Brock was like the only legitimate dude. So.
Literally, though, man.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle too was an Olympic.
Kurt probably could have fought.
Too.
Yeah, he probably could have fought if he wanted to. He was
Kurt
legit.
was pretty sick with it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good wrestler. Who in the? I just read that the Warhammer Titan fucked up
with a broken neck too. That was crazy.
Oh, dude, he won gold with a broken neck. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Literally, that's fucking crazy. The Warhammer Titan fucked up Aaron's Titan. Oh, I remember that. Pretty OP, could conjure weapons. Aaron only surpasses it when he steals the Warhammer. That's right, I remember that. He was beating the fuck out of Aaron. Yeah, that's a problematic fucking Titan right there, man. That's a really powerful, and it can forge weapons too. And apparently the AP of it's like really strong too. So, yeah, that might be the most problematic.
Super intelligent, man.
Yeah, super intelligent. Naruto made Ishiki look like a bitch, and Ishiki has 100,000 years experience. Deadass, that's true. When they're swapping hands, when the tides have turned and they were more equal, he was whipping his ass for sure.
Well, Ishiki's like 10% of his like original power, though.
There's that too. And Atsuki, to be fair, they're not really combatants. They're more like hacks people.
Yeah.
You know, like Momo.
Exactly.
Momo's used to absorbing chakra, not swapping hands. You know, but still, he is like fucking like a millennia-year-old, so that's still impressive. But yeah, he was like fatigued and.
It's like Baryon mode to defeat him, dude. Like,
yeah, that's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, he's a fucking
powerful.
He's a fucking monster. Yeah. Well, if beasts are out of our level, what about United Shinobi Army? Yeah, each Shinobi is 200 of our soldiers, but there are 90,000 of them, and only 20% of them are Jonins. So if we might be able to shoot them down if it's just like the fodder ass Shinobi and the Shinobi Alliance, like no Naruto and no like the big boys like the Kage, no Kakashi, no Guy. We might have a chance, but even then,
the word Jonin is kind of like vague too, because like you have like Kunai, you have Kakashi. So it's like
exactly.
What kind of are we getting here? You know?
Without the big boys, maybe because we have so many numbers, we have nukes, tanks. But then again, their jutsus would be a problem, like lightning style everywhere, and like people spamming fucking fire style everywhere, burning our asses to hell. It'd still be difficult, I think, even against those, using their own chakra natures. We'd have a chance, but if I had to choose who would win,
if they're even lightning speed, they could just dodge bullets.
It's true, yeah. Some of them, if they're even remotely close to lightning speed, they'd be dodging all our shit. So yeah, we might still lose because they have their physiology, they have their chakra, their ninjutsu, their taijutsu. Some of them would probably be fast enough to dodge bullets. Yeah,
it'd be very problematic, honestly. I don't think a normal citizen soldier could stand much, honestly.
Fuck no. Yeah, no.
Genjutsu, I mean, there's so much they have.
Yeah, there's so much shit they could do to us.
Even a normal Johnny could put in work.
Deadass against regular humans? Yeah, I'd take out a bunch of us. Not gonna lie, I know that I defend Boruto a lot, but sometimes the Boruto fans disrespect Naruto a lot when they need to realize that Naruto is the reason why Boruto exists. Yeah, that's true. I do think that. I think the Boruto hate is the most prevalent thing, but Twitter. We talked about this before in a couple streams, like the undeserved hate that Naruto gets. I think it's just an attempt to attention grab, like on Twitter and stuff. Like most people honestly don't think they even mean it, talking shit about like trivial things. It's just a way to appease to people. Yeah.
The story isn't even finished yet, man, to be honest.
It's just shock value. Yeah.
I have the expectations of like Boruto doing as well as shit like Naruto right now is a little much to ask for, in my opinion. So just give it some time, let it marinate.
It's a big shoes to fill.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to surpass Naruto. But the people hating on it, it's mostly unwarranted, I'd say, especially now, currently. So
yeah.
But yeah, folks, any questions you may have at all? Any questions at all?
I agree, though. Some of the aspects that they did again, like the tuning exams and like part 1, are just rather wacky.
Boruto tuning exams are awful. I'm not gonna lie.
Horrible, dude.
It's fucking terrible. The dog shit ass fights that they had, like, no man, it's awful.
Even Genin are pretty lame too.
Yeah,
most of them.
They're all lame as hell. I've been seeing a lot of Naruto hate. They need to put respect on the goat. Yeah, I think they do that just for shock value, to be honest. I don't think most of them even mean it. We all know which animes get the most views. Numbers don't lie. So, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, JJK now, Chainsaw Man. You know, the big boys in the anime world now. So,
Staples of the community.
yeah,
Sure.
staples, literally. So, let's see. Any questions, though, folks? I need all. We even got political today, so which we enjoy.
Always do. Yeah.
And also, we finished scripting our videos, so the next 2 weeks, hopefully, we got some content out for you folks. We got some good stuff coming, man. Yeah, we got some good stuff, and you guys should enjoy it. We're gonna take our time on it, make it great quality, and it'll be coming soon. So.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, folks. What time is it? About 15 more minutes, folks. We shall depart. Any questions you may have, though, feel free to ask. Let's see the Discord here if there's any while you guys ask.
Brandon Moreno's like first title defense fight, or is it like a second?
Technically, I think it is his first, because I think the last fight is when he won again. He won the belt back.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that is. Yeah. Apparently, this guy's beaten him twice too. Pantoja.
Wow.
And this was before he beat him on Ultimate Fighter, and then he beat him in the UFC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Ultimate Fighter season with him was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. So we'll see who, if Pantoja has what it takes now. This is Champ Moreno, though. This is different. You know, I'm sure they both evolved, but we'll see.
I also don't see how you're like taking down Volk and submitting him.
As far as that matchup, I'm not gonna lie. Yair is a great striker, but I don't even think he's better at striking than Volk. People are saying, "Oh, Yair's striking is even better." I don't know, man. Volk is one of the best strikers in the UFC. So. Just because Islam was able to hit him a couple times doesn't mean he's not a good striker. The reason why is because of the takedown threat. Volk wasn't like on his toes trying to strike. Yeah, because he was so wary of the takedown. Yair's not going to present that. So I guarantee his striking will be on display. Just watch. I think Volk is probably going to beat him by decision, probably.
If he beats Volk, it would be a huge upset.
Oh, man.
Honestly.
Huge. That would be another Mexican champ. We'd have like a few of them now. Moreno, Yair, and the girl that beat Shevchenko, Grasso.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That was a huge upset. Honestly, I think Valentina's probably gonna whip her ass this time. But
I agree.
Yeah, it was like a lucky choke. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that was an upset. That was kind of like the Pena Nunes thing, kind of.
Oh lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she retired. She's gone now. Nunes is gone now, but
yeah,
greatest of all time.
Too, but yeah.
Yeah,
lucky with that one.
Yeah, she definitely did. I feel like Nunes didn't want to be there that night. Like, she lost to Pena. She seemed out of it. I was like, nah, man, this isn't Nunes. Yeah.
Yeah, she said I'm good, bro.
So I fucked this shit. And then the next time she fucked Pena up bad. So.
What'd you expect, bro?
I was like, really, Pena? You thought that you were better than her? Come on, man. Let's be honest. I wish Kishimoto would make a series explaining more about the Shinobi world, like more info about the Kages we haven't seen. Yeah, like some and it's like Naruto Legends show or something of the past. Yeah, that would be cool to see.
Hiruzen would be sick as hell. Tobirama definitely needs
Tobirama era and like Hiruzen's era, Minato's era, the Sanin's era. During the other Shinobi Wars, like the second one, the third one, that would be really cool to see. Actually.
Yeah, Prime Inoki would be cool.
Prime Inoki, more of Madara and Hashirama, like Madara like imposing his will on the world and shit. Yeah, that'd be really cool, actually.
Warren States would be cool.
Oh, the Warren States period. Yeah, there's so much they could do. You know. Let's see. Yeah, any questions at all, folks?
I would have done that before Boruto, to be honest, man.
Yeah, that would have been the perfect time.
Business move, very smart, and the fan base should love it as well.
Yeah, like I feel like they rushed the Otsutsuki, especially with Kaguya, like having her suddenly emerge during the war, like. Felt a little rushed, but it is what it is.
No backlore on that at all.
Yeah,
she just put it there.
She just appeared out of nowhere after Madara getting stabbed. But I mean, Boruto's improved, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's getting there, man. Especially the manga.
Yeah, definitely. But folks, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. It gets us up in the algorithm. It's greatly appreciated.
Lights that up.
But yeah, definitely, it's been a good stream. Great questions of all different types of topics. It's very good.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who joined. Appreciate it all.
Definitely appreciate all the donations, all the members, everyone that's joined in general. Appreciate that, man. Yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched 1,000 Year Blood War arc or JJK, I recommend get on that.
Oh yeah, really good.
Really good.
Especially Bleach, man. That was an amazing episode.
Amazing start.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what takes place, and I just hope these episodes come out quick. You really get to see what happens. Definitely want to see what happens, especially Bleach, man.
Bleach is just the pacing is so good. I kind of worry that it's gonna be too short, but
man, yeah, I just want to see like Ewok in action, and I want to see Ichigo evolved, and who's gonna be able to contend with Ewok now? Ichigo's gonna have to improve quite a bit to contend with that.
I don't want Ewok to become another Kaguya where he's just kind of like put there to be, and we're supposed to he's that powerful, but
I want to see him actually scrap with some people like Kenpachi.
Like, why is he this strong?
Yeah, like I mean, he was like Yamamoto level, and he didn't even kill Yamamoto. It was one of his fucking henchmen. That's crazy. Yeah,
and the Quincy's were never like narratively implied to be like that strong, dude. Like the captains were always supposed to be like the big boys, and then around cars, but like never the Quincy's.
That was insane. Like there was a huge leap in power. Like Ewok and the Quincy's came down, fodderized the Soul Society. Yamamoto comes down. And he's not even facing the real Ewok. He's facing one of his third seed or something. Yeah. He beat him. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand that, but Ewok apparently is a fucking monster, and I want to see him scrap. That's what I want to see. So, Uryu.
Yeah, actually him. Yeah, for sure.
Him, Uryu, Hollinsworth. I want to see all those guys scrap. So, Ichigo needs to improve. Kenpachi needs to let loose. I'm sure maybe Shinshui or someone like that would be like the third guy up. We need to see some scraps.
Do you think Hado is going to become relevant again in this this war arc, or do you think it's kind of like a thing of the past now?
It's hard to tell. It does seem like a thing of the past, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it had its purpose in some parts, like for sure, like with Aizen and the Battle of Baragon, for example. That's pretty important, but it's interesting.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. Ewok's probably like the guy I want to see the most in action, to be honest. He just seems so fucking powerful, man. Super powerful. I know Kenpachi really starts to show himself. I can't wait to see that as well. What he's capable of.
Yeah, he's broken. It's funny how his big power up in the Soul Society arc or Arankar is just him using 2 arms.
Fuck, man.
That was kind of a badass, dude.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
And he beat down that Arankar's ass after using 2 hands. That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah,
and then him versus Yami, like even there he's holding back, and then he fights, the captain Unohana. I mean, he lets loose a little bit there, but I want to see him all out. Like, what can he really do?
I mean, he's a captain level even with the eye patch in. Like,
that's
just insane, dude.
Limited, and he's still captain level. Yeah, that's insane, man. The animation for Bleach was amazing. Oh yeah, really good.
So good. The start was really good too.
Yeah, honestly. really good. Monkey Sage Mode Hiruzen would be sick as fuck to run with an animal summon in Sage Mode. Dude. Oh, that'd be dope as hell.
Animal Sage Mode sounds freaking sick, dude.
Yeah, that'd be dope as fuck. Yeah. Tobirama with an animal summoning like a polar bear. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
We need, yeah.
That'd be pretty dope. Yeah, he'd have some sort of kind of like not exactly a water summoning, but some sort of maybe mammal that could be in the water. Maybe like a polar bear or a grizzly bear or some shit like that.
Yeah, there's been some weak summonings out there, I could say for sure.
Yeah, like Kakashi's dogs are like, whatever, man.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Mari's weasel, it's like,
yeah, that's whatever.
Shizune's pig,
that shit was ass. Oh, that was really ass. Yeah, Shizune's pig.
Bad.
The best one is probably like Manda or Gamabunta. Those guys are dope.
Yeah. Or Nagato's summonings.
Oh, those are dope too. The fucking invisible chameleon was dope.
Yeah.
Even Sasuke's against Danzo, like the fucking diving bird. That shit was dope too.
That was pretty heat.
Yeah, that was pretty heat as well. Yeah, definitely. But summonings, like Sasuke treated his like shit when he reverse summoned himself out of Datara's bomb. Like that was fucked up, man.
Yeah, he just made the snake die for him, dude.
The snake is like, you motherfucker. He was all pissed about it. Yeah. That was mean as fuck, I'm not gonna lie.
Sasuke's cool like that, bro.
Yeah, he's like, how dare you fucking bitch. He's like, yeah, fuck you. And he just dies there. That was crazy. Yeah, that was
a good fight, though, with him and Data. That was
that was a really underrated fight. It was a really good fight.
Absolutely. Very underrated.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that's definitely in the list of underrated. Like people overlook it a lot, but it was really well done. So
Very tactical. Yeah.
yeah, very tactical. Yeah, especially Sasuke with his like implicit plans, his subtle movements. You know, like the kind of undoing the bombs with his lightning style, him being able to see the nano bombs, all kinds of things that he did really well. So
Like Sasuke is definitely a genius in his own right, but like he's not like. Okay, who do you think smarter, like Sasuke or Jiraiya?
tactically, talent-wise, probably Sasuke.
Okay.
I think Jiraiya has more experience, but yeah, I don't think
Overall knowledge, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but as far as like tactical ability to deduce, probably Sasuke. Yeah.
Yeah, Sasuke is really intelligent. Absolutely. He's not Itachi level, of course, but like,
Yeah, he's not Itachi level, but he's really up there. Yeah, for sure. Naruto and Jiraiya have more like they have like a wisdom, like maverick type of style. Like they're unpredictable. They're not super intelligent, but their styles are like unorthodox and tough to replicate and prepare for. Sasuke is just more tactical. He deduces things and he does things in the moment, with intent. Naruto kind of just throws shit out there. He's like, let's try this shit out. You know, he's different.
Yeah, like the frog Kumite is very unpredictable. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like they
Like,
kind of
not
just
even Pain could see that shit coming.
they kind of just throw things out there and try shit. That's like
Give it
Jiraiya.
6.
Yeah. Sasuke's like, all right, this will do this, and this will make this happen. He's more tactical. Itachi too, Minato, they're way more tactical for sure. So let's see, Shikamaru of course too is another good one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a genius. So
And his dad too, very tactical.
yeah, when Boruto finishes, Kishimoto should make that series I was talking about. Yeah, maybe after that.
I hope so. I hope so.
That'd be cool to see.
I think him making a poll is kind of like enticing him to maybe think about that at least.
Yeah, hopefully at least gives him the idea, like at least to have that in the works, you know. So
I'm glad he didn't add any Boruto characters on that, right? I'm pretty sure he didn't. So,
yeah, no, I think it was just the entire like Naruto roster, thankfully. So
yeah, literally in the entire one too, which is crazy.
yeah. Let's see, Let's see, that fur jacket on his coat gives me polar bear vibes. Yeah, he has like that type of animal would be cool with Tobirama for sure. Wolves, that's a good one too. Wolves would be cool.
Oh, a wolf? Yeah, Arctic wolf, that'd be sick, man.
That'd be dope as hell.
Definitely.
Like the same color fur as his coat, that'd be dope.
Red eyes. I think like almost like a Akimaru, right?
Yeah, kind of like
when he goes
Akimaru.
wolf mode. Yeah.
Yes. Kishimoto's in his 30s or 20s. Actually, I don't know how old he is. How old is Kishimoto?
He's older than that, right?
48 years? Yeah, he's almost 50.
I mean, Naruto's already over 20 years old alone, so.
Yeah, he's definitely not young anymore, but he still has a lot of, obviously, left in the tank, so. A lot of writing left in his tank.
Toriyama is older than that, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Toriyama's probably, I'm guessing, like fucking 60. Let me see. Yeah, that's just been around for like 30 years. Since I think he started that in 84. That's when the original Dragon Ball came out.
I hope they reanimate that Cell arc, bro, Boo arc. Oof.
Oh, dude, that would be dope as hell.
That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
That would literally just make this year the best. That's a long time.
Oh shit, he's
Look at that.
68. Oh yeah, he's up there.
Yeesh.
Jesus.
Call him Gandalf.
Yeah, I mean, he did make Dragon Ball in 1984. That's a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
it
was in
is,
his
bro.
prime when he wrote that. So
A lot's changed since then.
yeah,
by
a
the
lot
way.
has changed, man. Jiraiya's intelligence comes from experience. Sasuke is more just like his brother, a natural born genius. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he
But-
thinks on the fly, whereas Jiraiya, like, he got his information from his experience, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. Why is July the best month in anime? Well, think about it. JJK already dropped. Heat. Thousand Year Blood War Bleach Part 2. Heat. Minato manga. Heat. So yeah, there's a lot of good shit coming this month. It's probably the best month of this year, as far as anime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Definitely, dude.
fucking Heat. One of the best months in general in a long fucking time. Since like the golden era of Naruto, probably, and Dragon Ball.
January was Heat, too, when Bleach came out, too.
Oh yeah, that shit was heat as fuck. Yeah, that was super heat.
Yeah.
That
It's
shit
just
was,
been a great year, for
Yeah.
sure.
overall, 2023 has been a pretty W year for anime. Yeah.
One Piece is finally getting really good again with, like, Fifth Gear.
Oh yeah, I think
Chainsaw Man.
the fifth gear Luffy, Chainsaw Man, a lot of good shit.
Also, My Hero is amazing this season. Like, yeah, it's been great. for
Yeah, it's
sure.
been a really good year.
Demon Slayer, dude. Yeah, it's
Demon
just been
Slayer.
baller, bro.
Yeah, really a good year for sure. But I think it's gonna wrap it up, folks. Unless anyone drops a donation, this is a really good stream. Great questions. Feel free to let us know of any recommendations what you would like in future streams, like a certain format or something.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait for the Naruto manga, the one I'm most excited for. Yeah, definitely excited for that.
Boy.
But yeah, folks, we got great content coming soon. We're going to be recording next week some content. Hopefully the week after, if I edit quickly. Obviously with good quality as well. I have that video out. It should be very well done.
Oh yeah, man. Look forward to it, guys.
But we appreciate all the donations. Once again, make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. And we'll catch you in the next stream, folks. Until then, stay classy, y'all.
Later, guys.